prove through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled native land, true patriot love in all of us command. With glowing hearts we see thee rise, the true North strong and free. From far and wide, O Canada, we stand on guard for thee. God keep our land glorious and free. O Canada, we stand on guard for thee.
Through the 5.
That is unbelievable. You know what? It did. It was
curling.
And it hopped.
At
the last second, and it ate up Marc-Andre Fleury.
Unbelievable. Oilers are up 1-0 on a dump in.
Someone's going to get an assist on that goal, by the way. Can you believe that?
Unreal. That's a start I didn't expect.
That's two of us.
Rossi gets the puck into the Oilers zone. Emberson in his own end across to Kulak. Now to Kapanen as Kasperi Kapanen makes his Oilers debut. Picked up on waivers by the Oilers from the St. Louis Blues. As Leon Draisaitl gets his 15th of the year. Unreal. He's tied for second in the goals in the NHL coming into tonight's action. And he gets a gift early on.
That is just crazy.
Sent all the way down. It'll be icing against the Wild. That is, you just don't see that.
It happens sometimes to Lafleur, though. Think of Canada-US.
Well, he shot the puck there.
Yeah, and banked
it off of, I think it was Coburn that he hit with it, the defenseman in the World Juniors of 04.
Yeah.
But Leon Draisaitl with a very bizarre goal to start off this game. The Oilers are up 1-0.
Well, I apologize. I'm just like, wow. Now, how much of it was Connor McDavid forcing the play a bit, too? And he pulled his head up at the last second, and wow.
Yeah, well, and it did hop. It took a nasty
hop
at the last second. Puck back to the point. Josh Brown with his shot, and it doesn't get through the traffic. And Gaudreau will bring it out for the Wild to center ice. He'll shoot it in. Rims over on the left. Johansson pushes it into the left wing corner of the Edmonton zone. Gaudreau gets pinned there. Sent in behind the net. Stetcher around the left wing side for Janmark. Will get it out through center. Puck goes back into the Minnesota end. Middleton to Faber. On the right for Foligno. Throw it across to Middleton. He'll get up to center ice. Gets up over center. Got the puck in.
That looked offside.
Did. Trennan to Foligno on the left wing. Now for Trennan. Goes in behind the Oiler goal. 1-0 Oilers lead. We're just over 2 minutes gone here in the first period. Puck in behind the net. Gaudreau in front of Foligno. Shot. Scores. Foligno on the rebound. Ties the game at 1 after Stuart Skinner had made a good stop. But he got the next opportunity. And we're tied at 1 here in the first.
Well, we talked before the game, and the coaches talked about the fact that they got to protect home plate against Minnesota. And the Wild have taken it hard to the hole twice. And Ekholm was on the far side. And the Oilers thought that was offside on the zone entry. And are they going to challenge the zone entry here? Yes, they are.
I think they are.
They're going to challenge the zone entry.
All right.
We're going upstairs.
Yeah.
I may
As
get
you
one.
know, it's not very often it gets challenged where they're not right.
There is a coach's challenge by Edmonton to determine if the play was offside at the blue line.
When you said it, you said it on the zone entry.
Yep.
From up here, it did look like it was offside.
It looked offside.
We haven't had a look at it, a second look, but in real time it did.
And the way this game is going right now, you're going to say, Bob, it's 2 minutes into the game here, but I don't think you want to put...
No.
We got a game tonight between Tampa Bay and Columbus, 5-5.
5-5, exactly. This is a Minnesota Wild team, 8-1-2 on the road.
They're right, and if you're the Oilers, you don't want to give them a free power play. Ooh.
Tough to say.
On second hand, there,
might not be.
That might not be offside.
Trennan was at the line, knocked it out of the air as Foligno was going over the blue line over on the right wing. It's close. We only got the one look at it. So we shall see. As the Oilers get an early goal, it's one that if you haven't had an opportunity, it's really close. It's really close.
I think it's on further. That is as tight as it can be.
Yeah.
I don't know if there's enough there for them to overturn the goal, Cam. Like my initial reaction was that play's offside because of the stick.
Yeah.
And then upon second review, I don't think it's now offside. I think it's actually onside. Here's the call.
We're going to get the word here.
Now, the only thing is, it's going to count because they didn't work back to figure out what time was in the clock.
After review, it was determined that the play was offside.
Okay.
Therefore, the call of the ice will be overturned. This is no goal.
You talked yourself out of it, and you talked yourself back into it. Okay, so no goal.
All right. But a lesson for Edmonton. Don't give up the front of the net.
Yeah, no, exactly.
Because they're jamming pucks in tight. They're taking it, and they will play in the paint. We know that.
So 1-0 Oilers lead. Goal comes off the board. It was offside. Emberson with it in his own end for Edmonton. Up the right wing for Ryan. He'll dump it in. Kuznetsov will get it up the right wing. That's not going to get out. It's going to be kept in. Emberson comes in from the right point, and it's shot, and that one gets blocked as Chisholm was in front of it. He's able to clear. Harry, dump it back in. Knocked down by Bogosian behind the net for Chisholm. Chisholm will go over to the left wing, but Kajula is forcing things on the forecheck. Chisholm will try the right wing. Off the right wing boards, it gets out. Lauko comes into the Edmonton end on the right wing. Taken to the end boards by Emberson. 1-0 Oilers lead.
Good play.
2:40 gone here in the first. And it's Kulak in behind the Oiler net. He waits. Oilers change the forwards, and Kulak brings it out through the middle. Gets up to center ice, snaps the puck in. It'll rim on the right. To the blue line where Bouchard gave it to McDavid. Pass in front of the net, and it pinballs over to Brodin. And now to Kaprizov, and Kaprizov will get it out. Kaprizov second in the NHL with 33 points coming into this one. Brodin at his own blue line. Spurgeon up the right wing to Kaprizov. Now to Eriksson Ek. The left wing corner of the Oilers zone. Hops over the stick of Boldy. Brodin in from the left wing point to Kaprizov. Will shoot it. And that one blocked by Draisaitl. Puck near the blue line. Kaprizov will keep it in for the Wild. Ekholm on the right wing for Bouchard. Nowhere to go with it. He's able to get it to the middle for Ekholm, and he'll skate out through center. Now in over the Wild line. Drops it to McDavid. His shot, and just off the arm of Fleury.
He had some heat on that one.
Comes back to the left point. Ekholm will blast a shot. Saved by Fleury. He'll cover it up. 3 minutes, 53 seconds gone in the first. 1-0 Oilers lead. Oilers putting it to the net.
That was a good save by Fleury.
Yes, it was.
Because McDavid almost picked high glove on him.
Shot it through the defenseman, too. Face off to the right of Fleury. 1,030 appearances, now puts him third all-time in the NHL by a goaltender. Puck goes over to the right wing as he passed Patrick Waugh with this game here. Skinner from the right wing, a shot doesn't get through. Puck goes to Rossi. Get it through up into the air through the neutral zone. Smacked right back in. Faber gets control inside his own blue line for Minnesota.
Minnesota plays a fast game, Cam. They got pace in their attack.
The right wing, puck directed in, and it'll go in behind the net, and it's Stuart Skinner to the middle to Nugent Hopkins. He was able to get it out. Dumped right back in off of Hartman. Stetcher will turn it up the right wing. Up the right wing boards. For Kapanen, now to Nugent Hopkins, to Janmark, into the Minnesota end on the right side. Brings it up to the blue line. Comes across the middle, now down the left. His shot, now it just whistled wide. As Janmark wires it glove side, but it went wide of the net. Johansson gets to center ice, will shoot it in. 1-0 Edmonton here in the first period, almost 5 minutes gone. Amberson with it in the right wing corner. Pass off of Chisholm's skate, and it kicks right over to Connor Brown. He's able to shoot it in. Fleury for Gaudreau. Gaudreau in behind his net. Up the right wing, past Foligno, down the ice, icing against Minnesota. So that goal coming off the board, the Wild still looking for their first shot. It's been eventful so far. Draisaitl scores on a dump in. Minnesota gets a goal taken off the board due to being offside by just the slimmest of margins. Face off to the right of Fleury. 3-0-1 this year as Fleury hasn't played since November 7th. 5-2 win in San Jose, made 24 saves. Puck up near the blue line. Comes out. Foligno to center ice. He'll shoot it in. Skinner out of his net. To the left wing for Podkolzin. He'll get it out through the middle. Bouchard now to Draisaitl. Into the Minnesota end, trying to split the D, and the save made by Fleury as Draisaitl snuck in and got a pretty good chance. Fleury held on to it.
Well, Fleury's battled back after a real tough start in this game because the Oilers have had two really good looks. Leon tried to elevate the puck up to the blocker side. The puck was rolling a bit, and Fleury fought it off.
Face off to the left. Marc-Andre Fleury. So Connor McDavid will take the draw. Nope, kicked out of the face-off circle. It'll be Leon Draisaitl.
Eriksson Ek only had 48% in the circle.
Kaprizov will take that right off the draw. Skate in over the Oiler line to Eriksson Ek. His shot. Save made by Skinner. And the puck underneath. They're jamming away. And Skinner was able to cover it up. The whistle went. They basically pushed Stuart Skinner into the net. And that will draw a crowd.
What do we talk about? Protect the home plate. Like they're
going hard to the net.
They're attacking like vultures on a dead carcass is what they're. And the Oilers have got to sit there and they got to box it out. And that pairing again, Ekholm and Bouchard. They have to put somebody on their butt in front of the net. Just
pushing Stuart Skinner after the rebound goes underneath him. And he just got shoved right into the net. Whistle had gone. The puck had gone in, but that was after the whistle had gone. Face off to the right of Skinner. Skinner 6-5-2 coming into this one. His 14th appearance of the year. At 27 saves and that 5-2 win on Tuesday. Played very well. Ryan taking the draw against Eriksson Ek. Puck goes to the point. Kaprizov will get it across to Spurgeon. A snapshot off a skate gets into the corner. Brodin up against the boards, lost it. Ryan will get it out for Edmonton. Spurgeon now on the left to Kaprizov. To Eriksson Ek, goes to the left wing corner. Pass in front of the net. Now just went off the stick of Boldy. Boldy has it now on the left wing. To the middle, that's broken up by Janmark. It goes to Connor Brown to Janmark. He'll shoot it in. Flurry out of his net to the corner, but Brown there for Edmonton had his stick lifted, and Matt Boldy will clear it out off the linesman, and Boldy skates onto it, gives it to Brodin. Go back into his own end. Wild will change the forwards as Brodin starts up through the middle. 1-0 Edmonton here in the first. Pass on the right. There's nobody there. Kajula picks it up for Edmonton. He'll shoot it. Stick save made by Fleury, and he steers it over the glass and out of play. We're going to take a break. 6 minutes, 43 seconds gone here in the first. Oilers up 1-0 on the Wild. From Rogers Place, it's Ford Dealers NHL Hockey on the Oilers Radio Network.
Hockey is back, and so is Play Alberta, Alberta's #1 sportsbook and the official partner of the Edmonton Oilers. Cheer for the Oilers while scoring bigger offers, boosted odds, live betting, player props, and more. New to Alberta? New players now receive $200 in free bets just for signing up. Already a player? Get a $10 free bet for every $100 you bet. Download the new sportsbook app and make your picks today. Bonus terms and conditions apply.
Celebrating 70 years in the signage industry, William Huff Advertising is the most recognized name in the game. An in-house, one-stop shop for all of your design, print, and installation needs. William Huff provides quality graphic solutions for everyone. Here in our City of Champions and throughout the nation, they are the preferred signage partner entrusted by many of the biggest corporations, pro sports teams, and organizations to bring their identity to life. Recognize the name, get in the game. WilliamHuff.com.
Over the last decade, the world of work has changed dramatically. It's a change that can cause a disconnect between a company and its employees. But a partnership with Aon can help by making decisions that create a more flexible, engaged, and resilient workforce. Aon's experience and expertise, global understanding, and advanced analytics ensure that every client is better informed and better advised so that they can make better decisions. Whatever the next decade brings, Aon is in the business of better decisions.
Listen on air, online, and on the Radio Player Canada app.
This is the Oilers Radio Network.
1-0 Oilers here in the first period. The Oilers Hockey Fights Cancer Mega 50-50 presented by Rogers is back. Tonight's early bird prizes include a suite for 12 and $1,000 food and beverage credit, $1,000 cash, and $1,000 red tag travel voucher. Get your tickets now at edmontonoilers.com/50-50 for more chances to win. Total jackpot right now, $631,000.
Well, Marc-Andre Fleury has settled down after a tough start. Minnesota's winning all the draws. Oilers are up 1-0 in the game on a fluky long-range bomber that Fleury misplayed. Shots are 6-2 Edmonton, but Minnesota's 7-2 on faceoffs. And they are not the superior. The Oilers are a top 5 faceoff team, but Edmonton has been sliding for the last 2 weeks in the circle.
Face off to the right of Fleury. Middleton along the boards on the right. Get the puck to Faber around the right side. It does come out. Ekholm bounces it to puck Colson. He'll shoot it in. Fleury comes out of his net to play it. Pulls it off the boards. Got it to the corner. Faber will go in behind the net. Rim up the right wing. It does come out off the stick of Boldy into the Oilers zone. So it'll be Bouchard out in front of his net through the middle. Across to McDavid, back to Bouchard. He'll hammer it on net, and the save made by Fleury. He has to hold on to it.
Why not?
Oh, yeah. Oilers get a dump in that took a hop a couple of feet in front of Fleury, and it goes 5-hole on him. 27 seconds into this game. And you get a gift. And it looked like Minnesota had tied it up, but it was deemed offside. Race off to the left of Fleury. Ryan wins the draw. Puck on the right. Corey Perry's shot blocked. Sent around on the left, and it's Kulak behind the net. He's looking for Perry. Got by him on the left wing. Johansson up against the left wing boards. Trying to work this thing loose. Does come free. Chisholm on the right. Gave it to Bogosian. He got it out to center ice. Now to Johansson. His shot off the stick of Emberson. That goes over the glass and out of play.
Good stick by Emerson there. Who Stan Bowman was on Oilers Now today, Cam, at 5:35, and talked about Emerson and Ekholm settling down as the Oilers top PK D pairing.
Travis Dermott unable to go tonight, so Josh Brown got recalled from Bakersfield. Drake Caggiula also in the lineup, up from Bakersfield.
It's a long way to go, up and back.
It is. I heard Stan on the show today. Face off in the Edmonton zone. Puck goes to Jeff Skinner. He'll give it to Kulak. Down to the right corner for Emberson. Made it out to center ice off the stick of Kapanen. Puck goes all the way down. That's icing against Edmonton. Kasperi Kapanen coming to the Oilers via picked up off of waivers. Your expectations?
Well,
there?
I know Edmonton had interest in Kapanen on July 1st. He ultimately returned to the St. Louis Blues organization. Had a tough start there this year. In theory, should give the Oilers some speed and time. I could foresee a scenario where he starts penalty killing like he did a few years ago for the Leafs. And he was pretty good at it, too, as I recall.
Puck comes out of the zone. Sent up to center ice by Spurgeon. Goes back to Brodin. Brodin to Spurgeon to Brodin. And at center, he'll shoot it in. Kulak directs it to the middle. Nugent Hopkins got it out. His pass for Kapanen goes over his stick. So Brodin over to Spurgeon. Spurgeon, the Edmonton product. Cross to Brodin up the left wing to Hartman. Doesn't have a lane into the Oiler end, so he'll bump it back. And it's Middleton up the left wing for Rossi. Off the boards and in. Stetcher goes in behind the Edmonton net. Up the left wing for Brown. He'll go cross ice. Connor Brown across to Josh Brown. Got it out. Shot in by Lauko. Skinner out to play it. Rims on the right. Hits Lauko. Nadinov up against the left wing boards looking for a loose puck. Able to poke it free. Shore there as well. Former Edmonton Oiler from the left point. Middleton will keep it in. Stetcher goes back up the left wing. The puck does come out, and it's Brown to Henrique into the Minnesota end on the right wing for Connor Brown. Around to Janmark, left side to Henrique. Behind the net to Brown. Went off his skate. Comes loose on the right wing. Brown has it there. 1-0 Oilers here in the first. Shot by Bouchard. That hits someone. It goes out of play. 9.5 gone in this first period. Faceoff will be to the left of Fleury. Now, Minnesota, it's been a great start. Hey, 12-3-3, 8-1-2 on the road.
By the way, Connor McDavid has picked up an assist on the Leon Draisaitl goal. Told you.
It'd be the easiest assist ever.
Somebody was going to get one.
Somebody was getting an assist on that. Face off to the left of Fleury. That is going to play on the highlight reels all night tonight.
Oh, yeah. And it's not the first time. Sometimes pucks get through Fleury.
Here's Boldy in on the left wing into the Oiler end. All the way around to Kaprizov. Kaprizov to the right wing corner. Gets it to the high slot to Boldy. Down the left wing, Brodin. Across for Kaprizov as it went off a skate. And Kaprizov now gets control. They give it to Boldy in the middle. He'll shoot. Scores. Matt Boldy just wired one from the slot. And he ties the game at 1.
Well, we talked about the speed and the pace that Minnesota was playing with, and that time Kaprizov won a puck battle on the half boards, freed up 2 looks, and Boldy who's got a lot of skill, rips home his 11th goal of the season, 31 and 29 goals the last 2 years. Shot right through the screen. Eric's neck was the net front. Bouchard hadn't pitchforked him out of there. No chance for Skinner. He never saw the puck.
9 minutes, 56 seconds into the first period. Matt Boldy ties it up. He's got points in 5 straight games, does Matt Boldy. Lots of traffic in front of the goal, and Boldy found a way to get it right through as Perry brings the puck in, got it in on the right. It's about top of the circle in the Minnesota zone. Foligno will clear it out. Kaprizov picks up an assist. He's got points in 7 straight games. Brodin also gets an assist on that. We're tied at 1 here in the first as the Oilers host the Minnesota Wild. Puck deep in Wild territory. It's around on the left wing to Foligno. Go through the middle, get it out to center ice. Puck brought in by Faber. He'll shoot it wide of the Edmonton net. On the right wing, Emberson made sure that it got out. Trennan back into his own zone for Middleton. Now over to Faber. Faber to Middleton. Waiting in his own end. Across to Brock Faber. The right side, just off the stick of Hartman. It goes into the Edmonton end. And in behind the net, Josh Brown got it over to the right wing boards. Getting some assistance from Kapanen, looking for a loose puck. Nugent Hopkins there as well, but he goes back to the left wing point. Chisholm over to Bogosian. Couldn't get a shot through. It's at the top of the circle. And Jeff Skinner for the Oilers on the left wing for Stetcher. He'll shoot it in. Fleury comes out of his net. We're tied at 1 with 8:44 to go here in the first period. Gets to the right wing point. Bouchard kept it in momentarily. Johansson will get the puck out. It's at center ice where Kapanen breaks things up for Edmonton. In on the right wing, off the right wing corner boards to the left. Janmark up against the left side. Puck comes free into the middle, skating onto it. And up to center ice. Chisholm to center ice. He'll wire it in. Johansson trying to find it. Gets by everybody, and Henrique there for Edmonton brings it out now to Bouchard. In over the line, that's poked off his stick, and it comes out.
Great defensive play by Brodin.
Edmonton has to regroup. Brodin has it at his own blue line. Now on the left, he'll get it to Shore. He'll shoot off the post, and the puck gets to the middle. Devin Shore wired it right off the post. Puck goes back to the blue line. Spurgeon on the right wing to Shore. Got it down low. Top of the circle was Lauko to Huznadinov. Left wing corner, he was looking for Shore, went by him. Emberson hit by Lauko. Puck on the left wing, cleared out by Kulak against the center ice. Where Janmark comes into the Wild end on the left side. We're tied at 1, 7.5 to go here in the first. Brodin can take it in behind his net for Minnesota. On the right to Spurgeon, now to Lauko. Up the right wing, Podkolzin wouldn't let the Wild get into the Edmonton end. It's dumped in, though, now on the left side. And it's Boldy to the left wing corner, worked over by Josh Brown. Podkolzin gets the puck on the left wing, has to loop back into his own end. He'll go across to Josh Brown, now to the middle to Stetcher. Right wing to Draisaitl. Gets to center ice. Draisaitl into the Wild zone. Now to McDavid to the right point. Bouchard with his shot, and that goes wide on the stick side of Fleury. The puck cleared out. Bouchard up to center ice to McDavid. He'll bring it in, come down the right wing. Turn towards the right wing, towards the blue line. Bouchard shot, that's blocked. Kept in. Ekholm, he'll let it go, doesn't get through. To McDavid, the save, the rebound. Oh, just off the stick of Draisaitl. It didn't get through. Puck on the right wing. McDavid to the blue line to Ekholm, right wing corner to Draisaitl, but off his skate, and the puck gets cleared by Kaprizov. Now to Faber, into the Oiler end, to the right wing is shot, and that is partially blocked by Bouchard. Top of the circle in the Edmonton end, to the blue line. Chisholm put it on net, not very hard. Save made by Skinner. Bouchard on the left wing to Podkolzin. Now to Ekholm on the right wing. Able to get it out to center ice. Under 6 to go here in the first. Tied at 1, the Oilers and the Wild. Puck dumped into the Edmonton zone. Foligno recovers on the right. Stick of Ekholm snapped in half, so Jeff Skinner gave him his. Puck sent towards the goal, but it's blocked. And Emberson on the right. To Draisaitl, gets it out on the backhand. Bogosian to Foligno. Now to Goodrow. It's tied up at the Edmonton blue line. Puck up against the boards. They try to dig this thing loose. It's pinned up against the boards, just inside the Edmonton zone. Trennan gets dumped down. It goes back to Emberson. Win behind the net, get away from Johansson now. Spring himself up through the middle. Emberson into the Minnesota end. His shot. Net goes wide of the Minnesota net. Puck to the left wing corner. Hartman up against the boards. Kapanen got it, poked it in behind the net. Brodin will bring it out up the left wing to Johansson. Into the Oilers zone down that left side. Will shoot it. Save made by Skinner. He'll hold on to it. We'll take a break. 4:46 to go here in the first. Tied at 1, the Oilers and the Wild. From Rogers Place, it's Ford Dealers NHL Hockey on the Oilers Radio Network.
Rogers is Canada's fastest and most reliable internet. We're made for Oilers fans. You can stream Brown's scoring down in the basement. There it is! Watch Leon light the lamp in the living room. Spectacular! Connor scoring in all corners of the house. And Nurse notching a game winner in the nursery. Very quietly, of course. Rogers, proud partner and fan of your Edmonton Oilers. Edmonton comes all the way back!
Experience the exciting casino action at 3 Century Casino locations, Edmonton, St. Albert, and Century Mile. Dine at one of their amazing restaurants featuring daily specials. Take in the ultimate game day experience at the Century Sports Bar and Lounge. Check out the best in live entertainment at any amazing location. Plus, enjoy a great selection of casino gaming options and off-track betting. Feel the thrill of live horse racing at Century Mile Racetrack. Don't miss a second of the action at Century Casino. Come for the action. Stay for the fun.
Businesses deserve the best protection against cyber threats. Alltech offers state-of-the-art IT and cybersecurity solutions to safeguard digital assets. The team of experts at Alltech are dedicated to providing the highest level of security, ensuring that data remains safe and operations are seamless. With Alltech, businesses can focus on growth while the rest is handled. From advanced threat detection to comprehensive data security, Alltech has it covered. Choose Alltech for reliable and effective cybersecurity. Visit alt-tech.ca now to learn more.
All games, all seasons.
You're listening to the Oilers Radio Network.
Cam Moon and Bob Stauffer. We are here in the Legacy Heating and Cooling broadcast booth. Legacy Heating and Cooling, home and no payments, no interest for 1 year. Tied at 1. Leon Draisaitl scoring for the Oilers. Matt Boldy has a goal for the Wild.
Well, you can see why Minnesota's a good team. I mean, some teams would get rattled by a goal like that. Pure fluke.
Yeah.
And instead, they've pushed back here. Now, Edmonton's had a couple pretty good looks themselves. But tied at 1.
Face off to the right of Stuart Skinner. Puck goes to Middleton. He'll get it across to Faber. Now on the right side to Boldy. Top of the circle to Kaprizov. Went to shoot it. That's blocked. Went off of Henry. The puck comes up the right wing. Brown off the boards. Faber with it in his own zone. On the right to Boldy. Through the middle. Gets to Middleton. Off the left wing boards and in. Boldy looking for top of the circle. Instead it's Ryan. Over to Henrique. And it hit the stick of Faber. It goes into the Minnesota bench. We get the whistle with 4:16 to go in the first. The game tied at 1.
Brock Faber last year finished second in Rookie of the Year voting to Connor Bedard. He's a player, this kid.
Yeah, he had a
what
great
a trade
year
for the LA Kings.
No kidding. Yeah.
With the LA Kings. Bill Guerin's an excellent general manager.
It's a sharp move.
He's out scouting right now for the Four Nations Cup.
Face off at center ice. Brodin on the left wing. Or Kuznetsov, and he's able to dump the puck in, and it's McDavid coming wheeling up the left side. Now in over the Wild line to the left wing corner. Spurgeon right there. Dishes to the middle. It goes off a skate all the way to the right wing point. Bouchard to Ekholm. Unable to keep it in. Oilers have to tag up. Todd Colson didn't get the memo, so that is offside.
Bouchard put the puck in a real tough spot there.
Offside was probably best case scenario because I could have went the other way.
Could have.
Yep. Oilers are at home Saturday night. Rangers are here tomorrow tomorrow night, Oil Kings have Medicine Hat. And then Sunday, it's Teddy Bear Toss. Red Deer here for a 4 o'clock game at Rogers Place. Puck brought in by McDavid. This pass for Podkolzin gets picked off, and Kaprizov will get it out. It's brought in by Foligno, and that's offside against the Wild. 3:39 to go.
Well, they have some size at forward as we go to commercial break.
We'll take a break. Tied at 1. Oilers and the Wild. We're here at Rogers Place. It's Ford Dealers NHL Hockey on the Oilers Radio Network.
It's game on at City Ford.
With an all-star lineup of 2024 Ford favorites, save up to $5,000 on Escapes,
Up to $8,000 on Bronco Sports.
and up to $16,000 on F-150s.
Plus, find 0% financing options available on all 3 vehicles.
Score an all-star deal today and spin and win an iPad, Oilers merch, Costco card, even a trip to Vegas.
Visit City Ford on the St. Albert Trail.
Chemco is more than just a trusted local name. Chemco has been building industry across Canada for more than 60 years. From engineering through to commissioning, construction, maintenance, and beyond, Chemco's multidiscipline approach stands firmly on the belief that Chemco cares. It's not just what they do, it's how they do it. Visit Chemco.com and discover how they can support your project today. Chemco, proud fans of the Edmonton Oilers, serving and supporting communities across Canada for over 60 years.
Experience a game day meal that's second to none. Fanfare with Skip is your all-star lineup of local restaurants this hockey season. Watch Jack Michaels give you the play-by-play on each restaurant's connection to the community and our team. Visit EdmontonOilers.com/skip to watch this month's episode with PM Lounge. Then open your Skip app and tap it and order with exclusive fan access to a deal each game day during the month.
Did somebody say Skip?
Proud partner of the Edmonton Oilers.
Listen on air, online, and on the Radio Player Canada app.
This is the Oilers Radio Network.
Tied at 1, Oilers and the Wild. Cam Moon along with Bob Stauffer. 3:39 to go here in the first period. Draisaitl scoring for Edmonton. Boldy has the goal for Minnesota. Bouchard with it just inside the Edmonton blue line. Up the right wing. Podkolzin will shoot it in. Fleury stops it to the corner to Brodin. Forced to that left corner boards. And a penalty coming up to Podkolzin as he had knocked down Brodin. Brodin's got it behind his net. Fleury, he'll go to the bench for the extra attacker here on the delayed penalty. Johansson on the left wing to Boldy. Gets to center ice. He got tripped up too. This time by Jeff Skinner. Puck on the left wing. Now touched by Ekholm.
They're lucky there's only one penalty.
The Oilers about to be shorthanded here.
Edmonton number 9.
So Podkolzin off for the trip. And the first power play of the game goes to the Minnesota Wild. Wild power play at 20% this year. The Oiler penalty kill, it's 30th at 68.6, but it's been good lately. Last 5 games, 12 for 12. That Oiler penalty kill brought to you by Napa Auto Parts, proud partner of the Edmonton Oilers. Face off to the right of Stuart Skinner. Eriksson Ek take the draw against Ryan Nugent-Hopkins. That goes over to the right wing side. Kaprizov got it to the corner. Emberson to the line. Then it gets rimmed around the boards and just out. The Wild have to go back to center ice, and it's Boldy with it. He's into the Oilers zone on the left wing, stops up. Shoots it around to the right. Hartman off the boards on the left wing to the top of the circle. It gets to Boldy. As Boldy waits with it. The left wing corner. Off the boards to the blue line. Chisholm to Boldy, cross ice to Kaprizov. Kaprizov has it right wing, over to Boldy on the left. Boldy to the middle. Eriksson Ek went to shoot it, fanned on it. Puck sent to the blue line. Chisholm couldn't keep it in. It does go to Henrique. He'll get it down the ice. Whoa, that took another nasty hop on Fleury. He had to get it with the blocker after it was on the ice. Crowd buzzing about that. That's incredible, the hop that thing took. Boldy into the Oilers zone. Poked off his stick, and getting it down the ice was Connor Brown. Oilers scored the game's opening goal 27 seconds in on a dump-in that took a nasty hop on Marc-Andre Fleury.
Well, there was a game here last night, as you know.
Yep. Oil Kings defeated Victoria Royals in Western League action. Puck brought in by Spurgeon on the left wing. Get it to the end boards. Now over to Rossi on the right wing. Back to the blue line to Faber, to Rossi. Rossi back to Faber. Is going to walk in, slide it across. Spurgeon, his shot that misses on the short side. Rims on the right wing. Faber kept it in. 15 seconds left to go on the man advantage. We're tied at 1 here in the first period. Puck along the right side. Goes to Faber on the point. Into the corner, Johansson to Faber. To Johansson on the right. He'll get it out to Rossi. He'll shoot it. Saved by Skinner. The rebound's loose. The puck is picked up and up the right wing. Bringing it out is Jan Mark as the penalty expires. We'll get it to center ice. Pod Coles, and he'll bring it in. We're into the last minute here on the first, tied at 1. Minnesota 0 for 1 with a man advantage. Faber. Cross to Spurgeon. Lifted up on the backhand. He'll bounce just inside the Edmonton blue line. Took a bit of a hop. And Foligno, right wing corner. And behind the net. For Kuznetsov, back to the blue line to Middleton. The shot save made by Skinner. Puck goes behind the goal. Lauko to the right wing corner. Comes back. Middleton walks in. Glove save made by Skinner. Holds on with 19 seconds to go in the first period.
Well, Minnesota's completely taken this period over here. Edmonton had a good start. At one time, the shots were 6-2 for the Oilers. Wild have turned it up here.
Shots now 8-7 for Minnesota. Tied at 1. Face off to the right of Skinner. Derek Ryan to take the draw against Joel Eriksson Ek. Puck along the boards. Kulak gets tied up. Boldy looking for the loose puck. Instead, it gets to Kulak. Take it in behind the net. It's sent off the right wing glass past Brodin and out. Not hard enough for icing. Brodin's going to go back for it. Turns it in the corner. Period ends. Oilers and Wild tied at 1 after 1. And you're right. You said Marc-Andre Fleury had to battle back after that.
He did.
Dump in shot that got through, and he did. I guess that's what happens when you're in your 21st year in the NHL. You're able to deal with that kind of stuff. As the Oilers and the Wild tied at 1 here after 1 period of play. So and we can head downstairs. Brendan Escott standing by with Ryan Nugent-Hopkins.
Ryan, we'll just get you first to get a thought on the opening frame there. Obviously a pretty lucky goal to get things going, and then Minnesota finds their way back into a rhythm.
Yeah, I mean, of course we'll take that one, but I think our urgency can go up for sure. Just skating, especially in our own zone. I got a couple lines that really move the puck well, and the quicker we're close, the easier it is on us, so we can get a little quicker.
What can you guys do to generate a little bit more against a team that, I know has been a bit of a problem for you guys in recent memory anyway?
I mean, we're a fast team and we play together. And like I said before, playing quick in the D zone, but also getting on the forecheck and creating those pucks and going from there. We're obviously our best when we got the puck on our stick, and we're playing the O zone rolling around, but we got to get it first.
Thanks, Ryan.
Yeah, thanks.
Guys.
All right, thanks very much. Brendan Escott downstairs with Ryan Nugent-Hopkins. We're after 20 minutes here at Rogers Place. Oilers have a goal by Leon Draisaitl. A more bizarre goal you'll never see. It was a dump in. It was heading towards Marc-Andre Fleury. It took a nasty hop, a couple feet in front, and went 5-hole. And it wasn't going hard, but it found its way in, and Matt Boldy scores for the Wild, ties things up. So that's where we sit. We're through 20, the Oilers and the Minnesota Wild. Bryn Griffiths, Rob Brown, they've got the intermission for you when we come back from Rogers Place. It's Ford Dealers NHL Hockey on the Oilers Radio Network.
Sobeys and Safeway Liquor are stocked with spirits, wine, and beer for all your get-togethers. So, whether you're celebrating the holiday season or hockey season, check out Sobeys and Safeway Liquor, proud partners and fans of the Edmonton Oilers.
Hey, Paul Brandt here. You know what I'm a fan of? Alberta. The wide open spaces, the highways and byways, and a rugged, beautiful terrain that I'm proud to call home. Maybe that's why I'm also a fan of my Ford F-150. It's tough, capable, and smart, which makes it a natural fit for roads like these. So if it's a new truck you're looking for, look no further than the truck Albertans love to drive, F-150. Head into your Alberta Ford dealer and tell them PB sent you.
Sobeys and Safeway Liquor are stocked with spirits, wine, and beer for all your get-togethers. So, whether you're celebrating the holiday season or hockey season, check out Sobeys and Safeway Liquor, proud partners and fans of the Edmonton Oilers.
At the Intermission, brought to you by End of the Row Flooring Centers. Let's get flooring.
Puck rolls right down to Fleury. He scores! He took a swing and a miss, and it goes 5-hole, and the Oilers are up 1-0. That's unbelievable!
Cam, I'm sorry. I bogarted the mic there. We're all in shock.
We're 27 seconds into the first. That puck was just rolling down to Fleury. It was curving a little bit. He took a swing and a miss, and it went right through the 5-hole.
That is unbelievable.
And that's our highlight zone. Well, there were more highlights than that one, but that was just crazy. The highlight zone is brought to you by Century Casinos. All in, all games, all season. Century Casinos with 3 great locations. Edmonton, St. Albert, and right next door to the Edmonton International Airport. Welcome to the Winter Zone. And welcome to the first intermission. Bryn Griffiths along with Rob Brown. It is tied at 1 after 20 minutes of play. Well, you're not going to see too many weird ones like that. But you know what? You might hear tonight because the puck's bouncing crazily. There have been a couple of times the Oilers have bounced a few in towards the goal, have taken some weird hops, and vice versa. So you never know. Don't write it off.
Well, that first goal is like a unicorn. It's something that you've heard about, but you've never seen live. It's just too bad for Fleury. There's a Hall of Famer that shows you that even the greats make mistakes, but it took an odd bounce. I mean, if he's explaining to kids how to play goal, he would explain to them, you do not swing at it, but you get in front of it, block it, then move it to the side. But as a confident goaltender as he is, he thinks the puck's coming in flat, and it takes a weird bounce on him. But yeah, it was a weird. It's funny. The Oilers got out, scored the odd goal to start the game. We're out shooting the Wild 7-2. But in that period, the Wild scored 3 times. They had the one that counted, the one that was in and then was offside, the one that the ref waved off as everyone was in the crease in the blue paint.
Yeah.
Devon Shore beat Skinner cleanly off the post, and the Wild took over. The Oilers, with a 1-0 lead early in the hockey game on the unicorn goal. They are lucky to be out of that period 1-1. The Minnesota Wild came on in the second half of that period were the better team. So the Oilers fortunate for the bounce and fortunate with the way the first 20 ended. They need to be better in the second and third period.
Yeah, I totally agree with you. I think once, and it was a crazy first 2 minutes because we obviously had the bouncer goal, then we had the offside challenge. You got to give full marks to Minnesota for shaking that off because that was a bit of a killer momentum-wise. But I don't really feel the Oilers had very much momentum at all in that period. It seemed from that point on it was all Wild for me.
Well, the Oilers did have a few shifts. They had another, again, you talked about weird bounces. There was the one that Henrique shot down and Fleury came flying out to catch it mid-bounce and push it in the corner. There was also one where Leon Draisaitl broke in 1-on-2 and the puck was knocked off his stick, bounces 2 times over top of the Wild stick, and he actually gets a grade A scoring chance that Fleury had to make a big save on. So there were a couple chances, and Bob said it best. The Oilers started well. The first 5-7 minutes were good. The shots were 7-2. The Wild really getting nothing going. But then the Wild just got better and better. This is a good Minnesota team.
Oh, yeah.
They got very good goaltending. Both goalies are good. Fleury let the fluke in, but still having a fantastic season. And Kaprizov, he's one of the best in the world. And we saw that on display in the first 20 minutes, creating opportunities for his teammates. Eriksson Ek, a wonderful two-way center. They've got speed, and the one thing that they also have in the Minnesota Wild, they have defensemen like to jump up in the play.
Yeah.
Brock Faber is a young player. He's only 22 years old right now. already got 102 games under his belt. He's smooth skating, smart player, and you will see the Minnesota Wild go cross ice back and forth a couple times. They'll hit someone up at the far blue line, then the defenseman will jump up and they'll try to beat the forwards, and they did a couple times. There was a couple odd man breaks that the Edmonton Oilers gave up, so it was a period where the Oilers got the biggest break, but I think the Minnesota Wild came on in the second half and didn't allow that bad bounce affect the way they were going to play this hockey.
You know, everybody sees a game different. The two things that I noticed out of Minnesota, because we just don't see them very often, is they love to go to the front of the net. Man, there was a lot of traffic in front of Skinner. In fact, on the Matt Boldy goal, Skinner did not even see that shot. There was just a lot of traffic in front, including a few Oilers. But the other thing, too, that I've noticed is that if you turn the puck over quickly at the Minnesota blue line, they turn it up so fast and move back the other way. It's rather dramatic, but they're pretty impressive, huh?
Well, they are, and they've got a good hockey club. Their record isn't a mirage. They're 12-3-3 on the season, and it's not by mistake. They play a quick game. They're smart defensively. They don't give up a whole lot. The only chances the Oilers got in the first 20 minutes were on the back of Connor and Leon's line, which every team gives up those chances. They didn't give up much after that. They moved the puck quickly. They're tenacious on the forecheck, but they are not silly. If they see that they're not going to get in on the forecheck in time, they back out and get into a good defensive posture. It is a solid hockey club that the Oilers are going to need, a 40 more minutes of good play to be able to combat against what Minnesota is going to throw at them. These are two of the, I believe, elite teams in the league. I didn't know Minnesota was going to be this good, but now seeing them live and seeing what they're capable of doing, and the fact that they're probably going to add something as this season moves on, they are a fun team to watch. This is not the Minnesota Wild of old. No. This is the Minnesota Wild that's led by one of the best players in the world, Kaprizov, and we saw that in the first 20.
Okay, quickly, what do the Oilers have to do a little bit different in the second to kind of slow things down a little bit?
Well, missing Darnell Nurse. Well, missing Darnell Nurse on the back end, it hurts because he's a big part of the Oilers' defensive structure and getting the puck out quickly. So you're asking now, an Emberson, a Stetcher, a Josh Brown, players that don't typically play bigger minutes to step up, and Minnesota pressures you, so they've got to be smart and get the puck quickly into the hands of the forwards. And if there's a bobble, the Minnesota Wild will forecheck them. For me, it's getting the puck out of trouble early in the second period to get the Edmonton Oilers going in the right direction.
Okay, Rob, thanks. We'll talk to you after period number 2. And we're going to take a break. At the Intermission is brought to you by End of the Roll Flooring Centers. Let's get flooring. This is your Ford Dealers NHL Hockey on the Oilers Radio Network.
Believing in yourself takes confidence. At Portage College, 93% of grads say their education gave them the skills and knowledge they needed for their careers. That's the kind of confidence that leads to great results. Learn more at portagecollege.ca.
From the biggest stadiums to the coziest holes in the wall. From house parties to porch hangs to pride celebrations. From your favorite fuzz shop to your local Indian spot. From noodle bars to sports bars to salsa bars. There's a Molson with your name on it. Canadian Ultra XL. Molson. Everyone in. Must be legal drinking age.
Our people, our team. It's what business owners almost always say is their most important resource. But strong businesses don't just find great people. They make sure their teams stay healthy, engaged, and performing at their best. A benefits plan from Alberta Blue Cross is more than just drug and dental. They support the whole person with flexible coverage levels that fit the size and circumstance of your business. Find a plan that gets results at ab.bluecross.ca.
Portage College graduates are incredibly employable. How does Portage know? 99% of employers surveyed said they would hire a Portage grad. Get career ready at Portage College. Learn more by visiting portagecollege.ca.
This is Global News at the first intermission. I'm Zach Ferguson. The Alberta government has announced major changes to its auto insurance system, but it will be 2 years before we see them. Finance Minister Nate Horner says the new system will move away from a system where care is based on litigation to a system where care is based on need. What Horner says calling it no-fault insurance is misleading. A big announcement from Edmonton Police Service as Chief Dale McPhee has announced he will retire in February. He says EPS is in good hands going forward. When asked what is next, McPhee says he's taking a couple of weeks to decide what the future holds. Federal Conservatives are calling the government's planned GST break a temporary tax trick. Conservative leader Pierre Poilievre says the tax break won't make up for the increasing carbon price. The federal fuel charge is applied on the purchase of 21 different fuels, and the Liberals plan to continue increasing it annually until 2030. Proceeds from the federal consumer carbon price are returned to Canadians and small businesses through rebates. I'm Zach Ferguson. Your next scheduled newscast will be at the second intermission on 880 CHED.
The Edmonton Oilers Community Foundation 50-50, presented by Rogers, is back and bigger than ever. The largest 50-50 in sports offers early bird draws, bonus raffles, and a main jackpot, which is growing by the second. With over $100 million invested across OilCountry, your support directly helps kids, families, and communities in need. Maybe you'll be our next winner. Get your tickets right now at EdmontonOilers.com and help make OilCountry a better place.
AGLC license number 696879.
MIC is a leader in medical imaging and the official medical imaging provider to the Edmonton Oilers. Make MIC your choice. Whether you're a professional athlete or a weekend warrior, the game doesn't stop for injury. MIC's sports medicine imaging specialists can help you get back in the game with a timely and expert diagnosis. Go where the pros go. For a location near you, visit mic.ca.
Proudly headquartered in oil country, Capital Power is delivering reliable and affordable power today while building clean power systems for tomorrow, creating the balanced energy solutions communities across Alberta and North America can depend on. Visit capitalpower.com to learn how they are powering change by changing power. Be part of their energy and join Capital Power as we all cheer on our Edmonton Oilers on their quest to win it all.
At the intermission, brought to you by End of the Row Flooring Centers. Let's get flooring.
Bryn Griffiths back at Rogers Place after one period of play. It's Minnesota 1, Edmonton 1. Let's take a look at your out-of-town scoreboard, which is brought to you by Pizza 73, the official pizza of the Edmonton Oilers. Lots of games, lots of them over. Here's a final. Utah on the road in Boston. Bruins winning that one 2-0. Vegas traveled to Ottawa tonight and pick up a Golden Knight 3-2 victory. Another final score in Motown, where the hometown Red Wings beat the New York Islanders 2-1. Carolina on the road in New Jersey, and the Devils were the winners there 4-2 this evening. Elsewhere, Colorado traveled to Washington to play the Capitals, and the Avs come up with a 2-1 road victory. This game was absolutely insane. It went to overtime. Final, it was Tampa at Columbus, and the Columbus Blue Jackets come away with a 7-6 victory, as I said, in overtime. In the third period right now, San Jose is in St. Louis. It is 2-1 for the Blues. They're about midway through that period. Also in the second period in Chicago, the Blackhawks hosting the Florida Panthers, and it is a 1-0 lead for the Blackhawks. And down south of us in Calgary at the Saddle Dome, the Flames entertain the New York Rangers, and that one is about to go into the second period with the Calgary Flames leading it 1-0. American Hockey League action next up for the Condors. They will play on Friday night. They'll be taking on the Colorado Eagles. That's on Friday. The two teams will play again in California on the Saturday night, back-to-back games. And up next for the Edmonton Oil Kings in the Western Hockey League matchup coming up tomorrow night. They'll take on the Medicine Hat Tigers, but everybody's talking about this. Hey, they're expecting a sellout for the game on Sunday afternoon at 4 o'clock here at Rogers Place. It's the Teddy Bear Toss, helping out 880 Ched Santa's Anonymous. That'll be a lot of fun. That's it. Players coming back onto the ice. The second period is on the way. At the intermission is brought to you by End of the Row Flooring Centers. Let's get flooring. This is your Ford Dealers NHL Hockey on the Oilers Radio Network.
Did you know the RCMP polices over 99% of Alberta's landscape? From the oil sands to the Rockies to the prairies, the RCMP has a province covered. Providing policing services to more than 1,700 communities and with over 150 career specializations, The Alberta RCMP has something to fit everyone's goals and lifestyles. Visit rcmpcareers.ca and take the next step towards your career with the Alberta RCMP. A message from the Government of Canada.
Pizza 73, the official pizza of your Edmonton Oilers. Loyal to the oil, in Edmonton we trust. Rising to the top like a pizza crust. Got the flavors to play, yeah. Cooking on ice. Hunger happens, gotta score a slice. Let's go Oilers, E-Town unite. Ice District to Jasper, downtown to White. Wearing orange and blue, game on the street. Make the right call, Pizza 73. Let's go Oilers. 737373, Pizza 73.
From the biggest stadiums to the coziest holes in the wall. From house parties to porch hangs to pride celebrations. From your favorite fuzz shop to your local Indian spot. From noodle bars to sports bars to salsa bars. There's a Molson with your name on it. Canadian Ultra XL. Molson. Everyone in. Must be legal drinking age.
All games, all seasons.
You're listening to the Oilers Radio Network.
Here at Rogers Place, Oilers and Wild tied at 1. We're getting ready for the second period of play. And tonight's Oilers Hockey Fights Cancer Make a 50-50 presented by Rogers. It's in support of the Alberta Cancer Foundation, creating more hope and more moments for Albertans battling cancer. You can help support the fight against cancer by getting your 50-50 tickets at edmontonoilers.com/50-50. That total jackpot right now, it's over $703,000. Leon Draisaitl has the goal for Edmonton. Matt Boldy has the goal for Minnesota. We're just about ready for this second period of play as McDavid, Podkolzin, and Draisaitl started off with Ekholm and Bouchard, and Ekholm with the puck. Got it to the Minnesota blue line. Faber couldn't flip it past Draisaitl, and now it's McDavid at center ice on the right wing to Bouchard, who's able to rim the puck into the left wing corner. Back to the point. It goes to Ekholm. Off the left wing boards to Draisaitl about top of the circle. Now along the left wing, Podkolzin to the blue line for Ekholm, looking for a shooting lane. Has to skate it down the left wing, stops in the corner with it. Up to the top of the circle, rims it around, it goes in behind the net. Middleton being pressured on the play by McDavid. Puck comes loose in the left corner. Boldy trying to get it out. Ekholm pinching down. Puck goes in behind the net. It's Middleton for Minnesota. Out through the middle to Eriksson Ek. Now on the right to Boldy. In over the line, going towards the net. And a weak backhand steered aside by the stick of Stuart Skinner. Puck in the right wing corner of the Oilers zone. It's McDavid. He gets the pass and Draisaitl will bring it out. They get to center ice. We'll shoot it in. Edmonton will make changes as Brodin goes in behind the goal. Over to the right wing corner. Brodin will get it to the line. Won't get it out. Now they do as it went off of Rossi, and the puck gets to center ice. Inside his own end is Emberson for Edmonton. Minute 20 gone here in the second. Tied at 1. The Oilers in the Wild. Kulak on the left wing. He'll shoot it in off the end boards. And behind the net, Brodin on the left to Johansson. Swings it across. It gets to the right side. Hartman will play it in. It'll get to the right corner. Emerson goes in behind the net. Reverses it to Kulak. Now Kulak out through the middle. Kulak through the middle off the stick of Jeff Skinner. Goes down to Fleury. Fleury's got to play it. Almost gave it away to Nugent Hopkins. And it goes in behind the Minnesota net. Got it up against the boards. Nugent Hopkins works it free to the right wing point. Josh Brown, left side to Stetcher. It's shot, and it gets blocked. Goes to the left wing corner. Along the board, Stetcher has to come in from the blue line. Runs into Hartman. Puck comes free to Kajula. Works on the left wing to the middle. Off the stick of Johansson. Back to the right wing point. Josh Brown gets it low. Off to Derek Ryan. Puck does come free, and skating out to center ice is Rossi. He'll get to center and shoot it in. Skinner can leave it for Stetcher. Stetcher out through the middle. As he gains the neutral zone to Josh Brown, who's looking for Ryan, hopped over his stick. Bogosian will get it out. Bouchard inside his own blue line, across to Ekholm, up the left wing, off the stick of Kajula. Fleury's got to play it. Got it to the right wing corner. Chisholm on the left for Foligno. Will get it out through the middle for Goodrow. And Goodrow now skates through center. And over the Edmonton line, drops it. Bogosian shot off a leg, goes to the right wing corner of the Edmonton zone. Tied at 1 here in the second. Just over 3 minutes gone to the blue line. Chisholm, he'll shoot it. Save made by Skinner. Rebound, scores. Foligno went hard to the net, followed it up, and gives the Wild a 2-1 lead.
A bit of a mismatch there. What do we talk about that home plate area in front of the net? At Edmonton, it's unfortunately, Foligno's a strong man, and they just battled down low. So did Jakob Trenin, who played with Matthias Ekholm in Nashville. Ekholm was able to tie up Trenin, but Foligno pokes it home.
Foligno gets his 4th of the year, 3 minutes, 9 seconds into the second period. The Wild have their first lead of the evening.
And I would say to you, they've been the better team for about the last 10 minutes of this game by a wide margin.
Boldy with it at center ice. Back into his own end, Faber to Middleton on the right to Boldy. He'll dump it in, goes in behind the net. Kulak will get it around on the right wing. Now Kulak at his own blue line, forced back by Eriksson Ek. Kulak through the middle. Went just off the stick, and it comes free to Boldy. He'll come in 3-on-1 to Kaprizov. To Boldy off the outside of the net. May have gone off the pad of Skinner before it got there, and the Oilers clear it out. They give up a 3-on-1.
Well, nobody covered for Kulak. Look out, backside.
Boldy on the left wing. He'll shoot it. Didn't get it through. Puck gets to the slot. And it's Janmark up to the blue line. Couldn't get it out.
Oilers look slow right now. They got to pick the pace up here.
Kulak tried to clear it. It didn't get out. Kaprizov in the slot. Had it knocked off his stick. It's going to go down the ice. Oilers try to make a quick change. Spurgeon at center. Gave it to Trenin. Off the right wing boards and in. Ekholm. Bring it out for Edmonton. Out through the middle to McDavid. In over the line. McDavid waiting. The shot save made by Fleury as he went for the poke check. McDavid's got it on the right wing back to the blue line. To Bouchard. To McDavid. Skates across the middle. Drops it. Draisaitl. Shot off a stick to the left wing corner. McDavid recovers it. Top of the circle left side gets checked by Trenin. To Foligno, to Trenin, to Foligno. Into the Oilers zone on the right wing. Fires it across for Goodrow. Goes off the left corner boards, and McDavid will come out with it. 2-1. Minnesota leads here in the second. Just over 5 minutes gone in the period. Faber in behind his net for Minnesota. Left wing to Foligno at center ice. Cross ice. And it went off of Kuznetsov, and that will be an offside against Minnesota.
Oh, what a poke check there by Marc-Andre Fleury as Ekholm hit Connor McDavid full flight. And the Oilers lucky that Boldy didn't make a 3-1 on a 3-on-1. And McDavid split the seam, and he was gone. And Fleury just got the paddle out, or Connor dekes around him into an empty net.
2-1 Minnesota here in the second period. Bogosian, his pass knocked down by Jeff Skinner. Come into the Minnesota zone on the left side. To Stetcher. Low to Kapanen. Kapanen back to the right wing point. Josh Brown to Stetcher. Went to shoot it. It's blocked by Shore. Comes back to Brown. Gets it to the middle. And it's Stetcher now. His shot, and it's saved by Fleury. There's a rebound kick towards the side of the net. Well, they're trying to jam it in. Stetcher to the right wing. Back to the right wing point. Josh Brown will shoot it. Save made by Fleury. He'll hold on to it. Oilers with some pressure.
Marc-Andre Fleury's had some challenges on some loose pucks in this game, Cam.
Yeah, there have been a few rebounds. Hasn't played since November 7th, so maybe taking him a little while to get back up to speed. But he did battle back after that bounce in goal 27 seconds in. Face off to the left of Fleury. Start number 1,000 of Fleury's career appearance, 1,030. Shot from the point and the save by Fleury as Emberson snapped it towards the goal. Fleury held onto it. 21st season in the NHL for Marc-Andre Fleury. Second all-time in wins, just behind Martin Brodeur. What goes in behind the net? Wrapped around, scores! Corey Perry brings it out from behind the net and ties the game at 2.
Well, that line was on the ice for the 2-1 Minnesota goal. They get one right back. Derek Ryan, sort of a 50-50 face-off draw, but Perry went in, grabbed the loose puck, and the man scored over 400 in his career. Even though he's in the twilight stages of his career, ricocheted it off of Jared Spurgeon's skate in a Lynette. That's why you take it to Lynette.
That's why you take it to the net.
You never know what's going to happen.
Spurgeon just, you can see him just look up into the air. What are you going to do? Well, Perry ties it up. It's 4th of the year. 6:03, time of that goal. Puck in behind the Edmonton net. Eriksson Ek to the right wing point. Faber will shoot it. That misses. Comes off the end boards. Hacked out of the zone, and Mark will get it out to Henrique. In over the Minnesota line down the left wing. Now to Kulak to the right corner. Kulak up the right wing boards to the blue line. Emberson shoots it. That just went wide of the goal. Boldy in the left wing corner will get it up and out. Won't be icing. Emberson out from behind the Edmonton net. We're tied at 2. We're here in the second. Gets to center ice. Hits the corner boards with it. Went right into the slot. Faber there for Minnesota. He'll get it out. Give it to Goodrow. Center ice. He'll shoot it in. Skinner to Ekholm. Up the left wing. Mattias Ekholm. For Connor Brown. He'll shoot it in. Brodin jams it up the right wing side. Podkolzin got it low. McDavid after it. Went to Brodin, though. Gets the top of the circle, and Goodrow will get to center ice. He'll shoot it in. Foligno to recover it in the left wing corner of the Oiler end. Top of the circle, checked by Draisaitl to McDavid up the right wing. In over the line, cuts across the top of the circles. He'll drop it back to Bouchard. Doesn't have a shooting lane. Works it to the middle. Will let it go. Just misses. Puck sent to the blue line. Kept in by the skate of Bouchard. Now over to Draisaitl, to Bouchard, to Draisaitl. Cross ice pass to Podkolzin's behind him. Spurgeon on the left wing to Brodin, up the left side. Trenning couldn't get it out. Second chance, he will get it out. It's at center ice. Brought in by Jeff Skinner. That's offside.
Look for a second like Edmonton had too many men on the ice.
They're all right. We'll take a break. 8 minutes gone here in the second. We're tied at 2. The Oilers taking on the Minnesota Wild. We'll be right back from Rogers Place. Sport Dealers, NHL Hockey on the Oilers Radio Network.
Hey, Edmonton. Big moves need big talent, and AMJ is your go-to partner. For all local residential and commercial relocations, AMJ delivers a smooth, stress-free experience. AMJ, your team for every move. Contact your local branch today.
Legacy Heating and Cooling jingle auditions take one for Gene Principe. Are you ready, Gene?
Ready? I'm not just here to make a thermo a couple of bucks. I'd never just microphone it in.
Take one.
Call Legacy. Call Legacy.
Nice.
Boom! I'm a musical genius.
Legacy's gonna love this for furnace season.
What's not to love? With no interest and no Principe payments for 1 year.
Are you always like this?
Yep. Unlike a furnace, I have no filter.
Legacy Heating and Cooling.
RS Breakers and Controls, Canada's leader in new, used, tested, and obsolete circuit breakers, MCC buckets, bus plugs, and switches. They have everything you need to maintain your aging electrical infrastructure, ensuring it operates as good as new. Their 24/7 emergency response gets you back up and running quickly, saving valuable time and money. Minimal generators or modifications needed, and like-for-like replacements mean no special inspections. Don't replace, repair your legacy equipment with RS. Visit rsbreakers.com.
Hey, Edmonton. Big moves need big talent, and AMJ is your go-to partner. For all local residential and commercial relocations, AMJ delivers a smooth, stress-free experience. AMJ, your team for every move. Contact your local branch today.
Listen on air, online, and on the Radio Player Canada app.
This is the Oilers Radio Network.
Tied at 2 here in the second, 8 minutes into it. Cam Moon along with Bob Stauffer here at Rogers Place. Marcus Foligno scoring for Minnesota in this period. Corey Perry for Edmonton. Chisholm and Gaudreau get the assists on the Foligno goal. Draisaitl scored in the first for Edmonton. Boldy for the Wild. Ace-off just outside the Minnesota blue line. Stetcher across the center ice line. Josh Brown, he'll shoot it in. Bogosian shoveled it in behind the net. Puck comes out in front to Nugent Hopkins, but Bogosian was able to break it up. Through center to Rossi, that's offside. Shots now 14-10 in favor of the Oilers.
Oilers have responded since Minnesota made it 2-1. Had some good stretches here.
Nugent Hopkins against Hartman. Hartman kicked out. Marco Rossi comes in. Goes to Stetcher. Give it to Josh Brown up the right wing off of Kapanen into the Oiler bench.
You mentioned Marco Rossi, and of course he played for the Ottawa 67s for a couple years, but he was a player that was greatly affected from complications from COVID. Lost an entire year.
Good to see him back out there.
Well, he had a heck of a year last year, as you know.
Yep.
20 goals, 40 points. He's a second-line center on this team right now. And they don't have Zuccarello going, so and he's been terrific, Zuccarello, historically, against the Oilers.
Up to center ice, Hartman will dump the puck in. Rossi will go after it. Josh Brown up the left wing to Jeff Skinner, now to Nugent Hopkins. We'll get it out to Kapanen. The puck in the neutral zone. Rossi will turn it the other way. Rossi, first-round pick of Minnesota at 20. He'll dump it in. Goes in behind the Edmonton net. We're tied at 2. We're here in the second period. Johansson back to the left wing point. To Middleton, across to Faber. Slides down the right side. Goes to the corner in front of the goal. To Johansson. Missed it. It goes to Middleton. Who's shot. And the save made by Skinner. Puck gets to the slot. Comes across. The shot scores. Marcus Johansson had to come right over to him on the right wing, and he gives the Wild a 3-2 lead.
It was just a slop fest, and I'm telling you right now, Nugent Hopkins and Skinner together have had some challenges 5v5 here over the last couple of games, and I got it, you got it job, and then Stetcher couldn't quite pick it up cleanly, and the puck deflected off of the stick of Josh Brown, went right to Johansson. 3-2 Minnesota. That was an ugly sequence for the Oilers, and Stetcher broke his stick over the crossbar afterwards.
9-10 time of the goal. Johansson gets his second of the year.
You got to get the puck out when you got a chance to get it out. You can't be. And I mean, it's been a strange game. I think that's fair to say. The Oilers have scored 2 ugly goals themselves, but I'm sensing at times Edmonton's having a little bit of a challenge dealing with the pace and tempo of the Minnesota Wild.
Are they looking at something? What is the... They've got the one penalty box door open, and now... Oh, no, it's all fine. Whatever it was.
Got to respond here.
Yep, they do. 3-2 Wild lead here in the second period. As Ryan, Kajula, and Perry are out there with Kulak and Emberson on the right wing to Corey Perry. They'll shoot it in. Hartman's going to pick up an assist on that goal by Johansson. It's rimmed on the right. Shore got it out. Emberson will take it back into his own end, goes in behind the net. Kuznetsov in on the forecheck. Puck comes up top of the circle. Lauko puts it off the end boards. On the left wing to the blue line. Kulak gets it across. It goes to Emberson. He'll shoot it in. That comes around on the glass on the right. Faber had Corey Perry right in front of him. There's nowhere to go with it. Puck back to the blue line for Kulak. He'll get it across on the right. Emberson will shoot it. The glove save made by Marc-Andre Fleury. They'll hold on with 10:06 to go in the second. 3-2. Minnesota leads. It's the only time the Wild will come to Edmonton this year. The Oilers are in Minnesota December 12th and January 15th. So it might be the last time
for Marc-Andre
Fleury. Face off to the left of Fleury. Spurgeon behind his goal. Rims on the right. Gets by Boldy. It comes out now towards it. Eriksson Ek in over the line on the left. He'll then shoot it. Save made by Skinner. Loose puck Pod Colson on the right side for Bouchard. Now to Draisaitl. A pass in behind him. And Kaprizov will take it back into his own end. Kaprizov loops around across to Spurgeon. Now to the middle to Brodin. Up the right wing Kaprizov. To Boldy into the Oilers zone. Goes to the right wing corner. He's got McDavid on him. Comes up the right wing to the top of the circle. Cycles the puck. But it was Ekholm up the boards. Boldy kept it in. Kaprizov back to the blue line. Spurgeon shot and the save made by Skinner. And Podkolzin can bring it up the right wing and out through the middle to McDavid. Into the Minnesota zone to Draisaitl. Over to Podkolzin and shot. Hit a stick. Misses short side. And Kaprizov will skate out for the Wild. At the Edmonton blue line. Lost it to Draisaitl. Behind the net to Josh Brown.
Oilers need a change here.
They'll be able to change the forwards as Brown holds onto it in behind the Edmonton net. We'll leave the puck to Stetcher. Stetcher skating out through the middle. Right wing to Brown. He'll shoot it in. Connor Brown in on the left wing. Puck gets to the corner. Chisholm will get the puck out. On the right wing, Trennan to Bogosian. Over to Chisholm, left wing. The left wing side to Foligno. One touches it to Gaudreau. Into the Oiler end. Stops on that left side. To the left wing corner. Bogosian in front of the net. Just off the stick of Trennan. Wide of the Edmonton goal. Josh Brown with it. Inside the Edmonton zone. We'll cross to Stetcher, left wing. Bank it in behind the net to Brown. Brown waits. Oilers change their forwards. Now to Stetcher. Come out from behind the net. Stetcher through the middle. Stetcher on the left. His pass hit the stick of Hartman. Now it's brought in on the right wing by Rossi. To Hartman. His shot. And that one goes off of Nugent Hopkins. Middleton in from the left wing point. Around to Hartman right side. His shot, and it just rolls to Skinner. He will cover that up. 7:41 to go here in the second. We're going to take a break. 3-2. Wild lead the Oilers from Rogers Place. It's Ford Dealers NHL Hockey on the Oilers Radio Network.
Hockey is back, and so is Play Alberta, Alberta's #1 sportsbook and the official partner of the Edmonton Oilers. Cheer for the Oilers while scoring bigger offers, boosted odds, live betting, player props, and more. New to Alberta? New players now receive $200 in free bets just for signing up. Already a player? Get a $10 free bet for every $100 you bet. Download the new Sportsbook app and make your picks today. Bonus terms and conditions apply.
Businesses deserve the best protection against cyber threats. Alltech offers state-of-the-art IT and cybersecurity solutions to safeguard digital assets. The team of experts at Alltech are dedicated to providing the highest level of security, ensuring that data remains safe and operations are seamless. With Alltech, businesses can focus on growth while the rest is handled. From advanced threat detection to comprehensive data security, Alltech has it covered. Choose Alltech for reliable and effective cybersecurity. Visit alt-tech.ca now to learn more.
Every year, carbon monoxide poisoning kills over 300 Canadians and hospitalizes many more. Carbon monoxide has no smell, taste, or color. But protecting yourself and your family isn't hard. A properly functioning carbon monoxide alarm can detect carbon monoxide and alert you to the danger. We've created a helpful carbon monoxide checklist to help you protect your household. Visit atco.com/co to learn more and download the checklist. ATCO.
All games, all season. You're listening to the Oilers Radio Network.
Cam Cam Moon and Bob Stauffer here at Rogers Place. 3-2. The Wild lead the Oilers with 7:41 to go in the second period. Draisaitl and Perry have scored for Edmonton. It's been Boldy, Foligno, and Johansson for Minnesota. Face off the Edmonton zone to the left of Stuart Skinner. Goes to the right wing point. Faber. Got it into the corner. Emerson there for Edmonton up the left wing. He gets to Nugent Hopkins. Off the left wing boards and out. Faber gets tied up at center. Jeff Skinner trying to find a loose puck. Goes to the middle. Hartman there for Minnesota. Will bring the puck in. Go over to the right wing. Round to the left for Faber. About the hash marks inside Edmonton territory. Back to the left wing point. Middleton will shoot it. And a save made by Skinner. There's traffic in front of the net. Hartman got dumped down in front of the goal by Kulak. But Skinner able to find it and hold on. Face-off will be to Stuart Skinner's right. Three-game trip here for Minnesota. They started in St. Louis with a 4-2 win.
What's their road record this year?
8-1-2.
So we're told they had a very difficult training camp. A lot of pace and tempo early. I think it worked to their advantage.
Does look that way. Podkolzin will bring it up the left wing for the Oilers. Now to McDavid. Into the Minnesota zone to Podkolzin. His shot and a pad save made by Fleury. The puck cleared out. Long pass too far for Kaprizov. That's icing. Yeah, Minnesota 12-3-3 coming into this one. 8-1-2 on the road. 4-2-1 at home. They will play in Calgary as well on this trip.
And whereas they've had a lot of Edmonton's number over the last few years,
yes,
Calgary's had success against them. You know, you have McDavid and Draisaitl, you're going to get lots of teams' best game.
Cleared out of the zone, and it's Bouchard for a minute. Had it. It gets to Ekholm. We'll get it to center. Comes back to Bouchard. Up the left wing to Podkolzin. Into the Minnesota end. Goes to the left wing corner. Stops. Around to Draisaitl on the right wing. To the right wing point. Bouchard puts it off the end boards. Podkolzin to the side of the net for McDavid. Over to Podkolzin. Now on the right, Bouchard wanted to one-touch that back to Draisaitl. It came out, and the Oilers regroup. Bouchard to McDavid. To the Minnesota end on the right wing is about the hash marks. Pass back to the point, didn't get a lot on it. Partially hit a stick, and Kaprizov will get it out. Stepping up, Ekholm on the left wing. Oilers are making a change. They go, it's offside at the Edmonton blue, or at the Minnesota blue line.
Oilers haven't had a power play yet in this game. Minnesota's had one.
That's it. One penalty in the entire game.
Well, Minnesota's skating. And as a rule of thumb, when you're moving your feet, you just don't take as many.
Nope, exactly. Ryan will take the draw. Shots now 17-16 for the Wild as it goes back to Josh Brown. Give it to Stetcher. It's up to the blue line to Brown. Banks it to Ryan. He'll direct it into the Minnesota end. Spurgeon goes in behind the net. Spurgeon up the left wing to Lauko. Won't be able to get it out. That's kept in on the right wing. Derek Ryan. He's looking for Perry in behind the goal. Instead it goes up the right side. Shore will get it out. And who's Nadinov who brought the puck in, but Lauko lost an edge at the blue line and put himself offside.
Edmonton was lucky.
They were. We're going to take a break. 5:35 to go here in the second period. 3-2. The Wild lead the Oilers. From Rogers Place, it's a Ford Dealers NHL hockey on the Oilers Radio Network.
It's game on at City Ford.
With an all-star lineup of 2024 Ford favorites, save up to $5,000 on Escapes.
Up to $8,000 on Bronco Sports.
And up to $16,000 on F-150s.
Plus, find 0% financing options available on all 3 vehicles.
Score an all-star deal today and spin and win an iPad, Oilers merch, Costco card, even a trip to Vegas.
Visit City Ford on the St. Albert Trail.
From the biggest stadiums to the coziest holes in the wall. From house parties to porch hangs to pride celebrations. From your favorite fuzz shop to your local Indian spot. From noodle bars to sports bars to salsa bars. There's a Molson with your name on it. Canadian Ultra XL. Molson. Everyone in. Must be legal drinking age.
The Edmonton Oilers Community Foundation 50-50, presented by Rogers, is back and bigger than ever. The largest 50-50 in sports offers early bird draws, bonus raffles, and a main jackpot, which is growing by the second. With over $100 million invested across OilCountry, your support directly helps kids, families, and communities in need. Maybe you'll be our next winner. Get your tickets right now at EdmontonOilers.com and help make OilCountry a better place.
AGLC license number 696879.
Listen on air, online, and on the Radio Player Canada app.
This is the Oilers Radio Network.
Cameron and Bob Stauffer, we are here in the Legacy Heating and Cooling broadcast booth. Legacy Heating and Cooling, home and no payments, no interest for 1 year. 3-2, Wild lead the Oilers, 5:35 to go here in the second period. Face off just outside the Edmonton blue line. McDavid comes out through center ice, through the middle. Into the Minnesota end. He'll shoot it. That goes off the stick of Spurgeon. Over to the right wing to Draisaitl. To the blue line. Bouchard. He'll shoot. Save made by Fleury. Holds on to it.
Jeff Skinner getting a shift up here with McDavid and Draisaitl.
See if the Oilers can find the magic mix to get them back to even terms here.
Jeff Skinner's a 6-time 30-goal scorer.
Exactly.
It's been quiet here for about 3 weeks.
Puck goes to McDavid, left wing point. Ekholm walks in, shoots it, and he hammered it just wide of the net. Bouchard keeps it in on the right wing. Top of the circle of Draisaitl. Down to Jeff Skinner, into the corner to McDavid. Back to the point. Bouchard over to Ekholm. Has it left wing. Off the corner boards. Gets into the end. Middleton will spin it to the middle to Eriksson Ek. Now up the right side to Kaprizov. Kaprizov will dump the puck into the Oilers zone. We'll call that icing. So he flipped it up and in and all the way down. 4:53 to go here in the second period. Minnesota up by a score of 3-2. Go-ahead goal by Marcus Johansson. Came at 9:10 of this second period. It's after Corey Perry had tied things up at 6:03. Perry's goal unassisted. On a wraparound that he banked off the skate of Jared Spurgeon. Faceoff will be to the left of Fleury. Somebody stick snapped in half. That was Eriksson Ek. So he'll need a new one. Derek Ryan to take this draw as Eriksson Ek gets the stick so we can take the face-off against Ryan.
The Steelers are playing the Browns tonight in the Monday or in the Thursday nighter. And it's full-blown snowstorm. Looks like the Battle of Stalingrad out there right now.
Puck goes to Kajula behind the net.
Fortunately, neither you nor me had any part of it.
That's right. Kaprizov on the left wing. Take a bump from Perry. He's able to slide off of that and come out to center. He got hit by Kajula. And now Kajula is going to have to deal with Middleton tying him up as Kaprizov got hit at center ice by Drake Kajula. Play goes on, though. Oh, now Middleton will make that, getting the gloves off is Kajula. It goes right down to the ice. That one didn't really get going. As Figured Kajula was going to have to deal with someone coming in there, and it was Boldy. It was Boldy that came in after Middleton had dealt with
the Oilers will take that trade-off.
Kajula with the hit on Kaprizov at center. And it slowed him down. He's on the bench right now, and you can tell he's hurting. Kajula tried to throw one. Boldy threw a big one over the top that missed, and they both went to the ice. Kaprizov's going down the tunnel.
Well, what's the call here? I mean, there's 5 minutes left in the period. Is that why they're off? There was no penalty on the play.
No, but I saw Kaprizov just... Yeah. No,
and right now, Jared Spurgeon's trying to get he's trying to get a penalty. And Perry's saying... He's having a conversation with Middleton. And the only question here is, does Kajula, I don't think that's maybe I'm looking at it through the proverbial
Oiler
glasses here, but I don't like it that they're talking this over here.
You're right. That
generally does not bode well.
No. Yeah, after that hit, Middleton had come in.
He doesn't low bridge him. Let's pick up the call here.
I don't know that we're getting one yet. I don't know.
Well, the fact that they went to Spurgeon, he looks rather animated.
Okay, now we get some clarification.
Oh, this doesn't look good.
The penalties on the play, number 8, Edmonton, and number 12 for Minnesota. 5 minutes each for fighting.
That's it.
All right.
The Oilers will take that all day.
Sure. Well, even up. Oilers down by 1 here in the second. 4:23 to go. Explanation being given over at the Wild bench.
It's just like Kajula got him with his shoulder and knocked him off balance. John Hines wants an explanation. Ryan Hartman wants an explanation.
Over at the Oiler bench.
What's the Oilers' record when they've had a fight this year, Cam?
Is it 6-0?
It's 6-0.
So you're saying that fight bodes well?
I mean, not only does Kajula take out Kaprizov with the hit, he takes out his lineman.
5 minutes of Boldy.
With Boldy?
Yeah.
No, or are they just calling that 2 minutes each? No, they call it 5 minute major.
They call it a fight?
They called it a fight. Are we not playing 5v5 here? The Oilers only have 4 guys on the ice. Now,
there we go. They got 5 now.
Corey Perry's going to come on the line with Leon and Connor.
Face off just outside the Minnesota blue line. Draisaitl against Eriksson-Ek. Puck goes to Faber. They'll give it to Middleton. Up the left wing. Off the stick of Johansson. Goes deep into the Oiler end. To the right corner. Bouchard. Around the right wing. Gets gloved down by McDavid. Give it back to Bouchard. 5 minutes each for fighting. Kajula for Edmonton. Boldy for Minnesota. Puck sent to the Minnesota blue line. Faber's got it in his own zone. Off the right wing boards, it comes out. Ekholm to Perry. Now on the right to Bouchard to Draisaitl. Bring it in over to McDavid. Turns towards the left wing side to the blue line, but it's a little behind Ekholm. It comes out. Ekholm just swept it through center, but Faber brings it in on the right. He'll drop it to Johansson. His pass, that one goes off of Bouchard to the high slot, and it's Draisaitl out for Edmonton. On the right wing, and just off the right wing boards and in.
Perry wanted an interference call, didn't get it.
3-2 Wild here in the second. 3:23 to go in the period. Emberson out from behind the Oiler goal. Emberson to the right wing will sweep it in to the Minnesota end. Puck goes to the left wing corner. Henrique along the left wing boards. It comes loose, right into the slot. Nobody there for Edmonton, up near the line where Henrique unable to keep it in for long as Hartman can bring it out. Now Hartman into the Oilers zone. Cross ice pass, Gaudreau scores! Frederick Gaudreau got the pass off the right wing and chops it into the net. It's 4-2 Minnesota.
Well, Gaudreau had a real tough year last year for the Minnesota Wild after 14 and 19 goal seasons. He was minus 23 last season. But Adam Henrique got beat just inside the Oilers blue line to a loose puck, and Hartman transitioned it the other way. Him and Foligno, they played on the line with Eriksson Ek a couple of years ago. Were terrific. Those guys are big physical bodies. In fact, the guy that drafted Hartman in the first round, Stan Bowman.
17:02 time of the goal. Gaudreau gets his third of the year. It's 4-2 for the Wild. On the left wing, Jeff Skinner will shoot it in. That's going to rim on the right. Lauko off the boards and out to Shore. He'll shoot it in. Wild are offside. They got to tag up. Cap it into center for Edmonton. Will dump it in and go after it himself. To the right corner to Nugent Hopkins. To the blue line for Ekholm. His shot, and that's just off a stick. It goes wide. His captain was parked in front of the goal. Bogosian up the left wing. That's kept in. Capping it to the middle. To Nugent Hopkins waiting. The drop pass, but it tied up on the play was Jeff Skinner. And it's brought out. Bogosian down the left wing. Or make that Lauko down the left wing. Give it to Shore. Goes in behind the Edmonton goal. Devin Shore over to the left. He'll come out. Backhand save made by Skinner. The rebound, and Skinner able to cover it up. Minute 54 to go in the second. 4-2 Wild lead. Minnesota with the last two after the Oilers had tied it on a goal by Corey Perry.
And they've been the better team.
Yeah. Johansson and Gaudreau scoring for the Wild. Faceoff will be to the right of Stuart Skinner. Derek Ryan will take the draw. Up against Rossi, puck to the left wing point. Middleton walks to the middle, to the left side. The shot saved by Skinner. The rebound just jammed wide of the net. Emerson up the right wing is able to get it out. And Henrique into the Wild zone. To Ryan, to Henrique. His pass to Ryan. It's behind him. It gets to the slot. Derek Ryan keeps it alive. But Hartman there to get it out. Glove down by Kulak. Over to Ryan, he comes into the Minnesota end. It's top of the circle. Foligno gets it loose to Hartman. Hartman into the Oiler end. Right wing to Faber. It's the right wing corner. Up on the right side. Cycled it low. Henrique up to the blue line. It will get out. Icing waved off on the play. Spurgeon will turn it up for Minnesota. Coming up to the last minute here in the second. 4-2 the Wild lead. Fired into the Oilers zone. Eriksson Ek recovers on the left. Got it behind the net. Kaprizov in front of the goal. Goes right through the slot. Over to Draisaitl. Saucer it back to Ekholm. Ekholm on the left wing for Draisaitl. Over the center ice line, would shoot it in, goes off the linesman. Ekholm will put it towards the net, saved by Fleury. Puck back to the point. Bouchard to the right, the one-timer, and Fleury the save. Coming across, puck holds it, drilled it off the right wing. 28 seconds to go here in the second. 4-2 the Wild lead, and Rob Brown, the Oilers, a little something. Had an opportunity there, but a goal late would be wonderful.
It would be. This is a period that has gotten away from the Edmonton Oilers. I think the biggest thing is the number of odd man breaks they've given up against. Poor decision-making at the blue line, poor decision-making in the middle of the ice, and all of a sudden Minnesota Wild are getting time and time 2-on-1s, 3-on-2s. You just can't give them up to good hockey clubs.
Face off to the left of Marc-Andre Fleury. Puck gets to the corner. Brodin, and behind the net to Spurgeon. Off the right side, but Ekholm will keep it in, put it towards the net. Fleury sweeps it across to Brodin. Now to Eriksson Ek. Center ice. Lost it at the Edmonton blue line, but Johansson will follow it up. He'll rim the puck into the Oilers zone. 8 seconds to go in the period. Henrique across to Bouchard, now to McDavid. Got hit at the blue line by Brodin, and the period will come to a close. Oilers down by a couple. That's going to draw everybody over to the boards after McDavid took the hit. Everyone tying up. Looks like it's going to work itself out. But, Rob, some work to be done for Edmonton here in the third period.
There is. We saw some good opportunities from the Oilers' first line, and obviously we saw the goal scored by Perry on the fourth line. Lines 2 and 3 have had a tough night for the Edmonton Oilers. And Evan Bouchard on the back, we've seen the good and the bad over the last few days with Evan. He on the goal against, he's standing in his crease, doesn't take his man. That was right after he pinched and gave up a 2-on-1. There will be opportunities, but the Edmonton Oilers, they need the next goal. You're not going to come back from 3 down against a good Minnesota team. And Fleury, at times, and you're a goaltender, at times he has looked awkward, but he knows how to stop the puck, doesn't he?
Yeah. However, he'll do it however it needs to be done. Sometimes even road hockey style, which I appreciate. 4-2 Wild lead the Oilers. We're through 40 minutes. That was just a snippet of Rob Brown. You're going to get more yet in this second intermission. Bryn Griffiths, Rob Brown, they're standing by. 4-2 after 2. Wild lead the Oilers. From Rogers Place, it's Ford Dealers NHL Hockey on the Oilers Radio Network.
Weather forecast? Ugh. Savings forecast? Cha-ching. Save up to $225 on a set of 4 select tires, plus a bonus $50 off any service of $150 at Fountain Tire until December 14th. Restrictions apply. Fountain Tire. We're on this road together.
Hey, Paul Brandt here. As a musician, I'm drawn to the sounds of this great province. Whether it's the wind blowing down the Rockies, the rustling of grass across the prairie, or the sweet sound of a Ford Super Duty, it's all music to my ears. Speaking of Super Duty, with heavy-duty performance that's built for getting the job done right, it's no wonder this truck has Albertans singing its praises. The 2024 Ford Super Duty is available now at your Alberta Ford dealer. Just head on in today and tell them PB sent you.
Weather forecast? Ugh. Savings forecast? Cha-ching. Save up to $225 on a set of 4 select tires, plus a bonus $50 off any service of $150 at Fountain Tire until December 14th. Restrictions apply. Fountain Tire. We're on this road together.
At the intermission, brought to you by End of the Row Flooring Centers. Let's get flooring.
Second all-time in wins, just behind Martin Brodeur. What goes in behind the net? Wrapped around, scores! Corey Perry brings it out from behind the net and ties the game at 2.
It's our highlight zone brought to you by Century Casinos. All in, all games, all season. Century Casinos with 3 great locations: Edmonton, St. Albert, and right next door to the Edmonton International Airport. Welcome to the Winner's Zone. And welcome to the second intermission. Bryn Griffiths and Rob Brown at Rogers Place. And after 40 minutes of play, it is Minnesota leading the Edmonton Oilers 4-2. Shots on goal through 2 periods of play, 20-20. But that makes it sound like it's close, Rob. But Minnesota just very impressive tonight for me.
They have been the better of the 2 teams. They've created the better of the chances. They made fewer big mistakes. That's what's been haunting the Oilers tonight, is a number of odd man breaks against, not taking your man in front of the net, turnovers in front of your net. It's been a tough night that way for the Oilers. The Oilers have created, when Connor and Leon have been on the ice, their line has been good as expected. The Oilers get a fantastic, huge goal from your fourth line. When you get a fourth line goal, that's like, that's a bonus. And they got that, but after that, it's been a quiet night from a lot of players on the Oilers team. They haven't got the big save they've needed. Now, this is not on Skinner.
No.
But they have not got these big saves that they've needed, and just turnovers. Now, from up here, both teams look like they're struggling with a bouncing puck. And the puck has been ping-ponging all over the place, and the goal, I think it was Johansson's goal, I'm not even sure, but it bounced around and off a stick and off a skate and right to his stick. But the Minnesota Wild have seemed to have been the better team at controlling the puck when needed, or getting themselves out of trouble, as the Oilers have found themselves in a lot of trouble at times where they've just they've turned the puck over, and Minnesota's made them pay.
Oilers have not been able to get a power play opportunity at all, but when you're not the quicker of the two teams generally, it's hard to draw penalties.
It is. I mean, both teams have been fairly clear. Now, the Minnesota clean, but the Minnesota Wild probably going to argue that on the Caggiula hit.
Right.
But it has not been a real physical affair. The Wild have won a lot of the races, and when you're winning races, you're not having to hook or hold or grab or anything that will get you into the penalty box. The way the Oilers have been 5-on-5 tonight, they probably could use a power play to jumpstart their offense. Next goal, it's a simple thing to say next goal is huge, but a goal for the Oilers gets them right back in this hockey game. They can feel good about themselves in the final 20. If the Wild score, they are a good defensive team. They don't give up a whole lot 5-on-5. So the Oilers cannot allow the Wild to extend this lead. So in this third period, the Oilers can't take a big chance in a risk-reward situation where they turn the puck over, and they did a number of times there in the second.
Well, the Wild are, 8-1-2 on the road, so they know how to close it out once they get the lead. And it's funny because Marcus Foligno gets that second goal for the Wild. They take a 2-1 lead at that point. Then Corey Perry, less than 2 minutes later, comes back with that bank shot at 2-2, and I figured, well, maybe we're going to see something here out of the Oilers. But to their credit, as we would say after they gave up a horrible first goal in the first couple of seconds of the hockey game, they just found a way to be resilient and bounce right back.
Well, when you're 12-3-3 on the season, as the Wild are, you found different ways to win hockey games, and nothing really affects you. This is a team that's been good for the last few years. They've just, because of salary cap issues, they just haven't been able to get over the hump come playoff time and add pieces that they need. But they have a really good core here. They've got a strong defense. They don't make a lot of mistakes. They got a fantastic player in Kaprizov and a wonderful two-way player in Eric Sinek. He's only 27, just coming into his prime. He is very, very good. They play a good system game. Their D-men jump up in the play and force you to, get back on your horse and get back check. You can't be beat. And a great example on the fourth goal there, if Henrique didn't get back in time, gets beat to the net, and all of a sudden, very quickly, the Wild score again. So I don't think this has been the Oilers' best first 40 minutes. They have more to give, and hopefully we'll see that early in the third.
So we had Drake Caggiula hitting Kaprizov, and he left the bench area, went down the hallway to the locker room. He did come back. He did have a couple of shifts after that, but I thought it was a pretty clean check.
Oh, I don't know if it was clean.
You don't think so?
It was Neil. I can tell you this. Okay. If that was Connor McDavid being hit by Jared Spurgeon,
we might be thinking
we'd be talking about it differently. Now, I haven't seen a good angle of it. The Wild did, and they were not happy.
Well, they wouldn't have liked it anyway, and should they? They shouldn't like it anyway.
No, I don't know if Caggiula changed positions to get his knee out. It was knee on knee or knee on thigh. On first glance, I thought it was a penalty. I would have to see more video proof to see which way it is or not. But I know for a fact that if that was McDavid or Draisaitl, we would probably be calling for 2 or 5. So I'm not going to say it should 100% be a penalty, okay, but I certainly would like to see it again before I say. But I wouldn't call it clean.
Okay, well, let's go over my wordage then. And I'm also going off of I thought it was a head-on shot. It wasn't a side shot where maybe you might have seen the positioning of the leg a little more, but head-on, I didn't think there's anything wrong with it. But you know what? It seems like we've been debating a lot of this lately,
I mean, at that point in the game, Caggiula just got called up from the minors. He took out their best player and their second best player.
In one fell swoop.
Well, he took out their top two scorers in a matter of seconds as he fought Matt Boldy, and Matt Boldy left for the remainder of the period because of the 5-minute major. Kaprizov comes back. You want that. You don't want to see anyone get hurt in a hockey game. You certainly don't want to see one of the superstars gone. We will see usually when you get hit in the thigh, it's kind of a Charlie horse type thing. It hurts more the next day because it tightens up overnight. You want to keep it bent and keep it moving so that it doesn't tighten up. He looked good. He came back with a little bit of anger, though. He ran Bouchard at the very end. He was the one that started everything with Ekholm over here. That'll be interesting to see in the third period. Does he take a penalty trying to be too aggressive? That's not his game. But sometime when you're angry of a non-call, you go out of your way to try to get retribution. And we'll see if that eventually affects him or the Minnesota Wild.
Hey, and very quickly, one last thing. Corey Perry got moved up to play with McDavid and Draisaitl there with about 5 minutes to go. Is that a statement on Podkolzin, or is that just trying to shake it up a little bit?
I don't know. I think Podkolzin's been fine. I do believe that the one thing that Podkolzin hasn't done is scored this year.
I know. Had a good chance, though.
He's had some great one-timers at the very end. Corey Perry has found the net 4 times in very limited action. So sometimes you just have a hunch, and I think on that one, Chris Knoblauch just had a hunch, and Perry can't play there all the time, but he certainly can fill in occasionally, and he certainly creates when he's on the ice with those two.
Try to light a blaze under the hockey club, obviously. Okay, Rob, thanks. We'll talk to you coming up on the post-game show. At the Intermission is brought to you by End of the Roll Flooring Centers. Let's get flooring. It is 4-2. Minnesota leading the Oilers after 40 minutes of play. This is your Ford Dealers NHL Hockey on the Oilers Radio Network.
For 2 weeks only, it's Black Friday savings at End of the Roll Flooring Centers. Save on laminate, luxury vinyl planks, loose lay, click flooring, hardwood, carpet, and more. Use our visualizer at endoftheroll.com to see it yourself. Plus, you could win your mortgage payments for a whole year. Terms and conditions apply. Maximum value of $25,000. Visit endoftheroll.com for details. Our Black Friday sale 2 weeks only at End of the Roll Flooring Centers.
12870 St. Albert Trail and now open at 580 Parsons Road Southwest.
Rogers is Canada's fastest and most reliable internet. We're made for Oilers fans. You can stream Brown's scoring down in the basement. And there it is! Watch Leon light the lamp in the living room. Spectacular! Connor scoring in all corners of the house. And Nurse notching a game winner in the nursery. Very quietly, of course. Rogers, proud partner and fan of your Edmonton Oilers. Edmonton comes all the way back!
Do you have tickets to an upcoming event at Rogers Place that you can't attend? Donate your tickets to the Edmonton Oilers Community Foundation Seats for Kids program, presented by Eagle Builders. Seats for Kids provides unused game tickets for charities, allowing children and families to enjoy hockey at Rogers Place. And for many, a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. To be a part of the Seats for Kids program presented by Eagle Builders, please email edmonton@kidsupfront.com. That's edmonton@kidsupfront.com.
This is Global News at the second intermission. I'm Zach Ferguson. The Alberta government is planning to move away from what it calls a court-based auto insurance system to a care-based system. The new system would be a predominantly no-fault claims model. Premier Danielle Smith says instead of suing to get the care you need, insurers would pay compensation at rates set by the government, which could lead to savings of up to $400 per year for the average insurance premium. Edmonton will soon be on the hunt for a new police chief, as Chief Dale McPhee has announced he'll retire in February. He says EPS has made strong strides to create a safer community and feels confident it'll keep going this way, even without him. Federal Conservatives are calling the government's planned GST break a temporary tax trick. Conservative leader Pierre Poilievre says the tax break won't make up for increasing the carbon price. The federal fuel charge is applied on the purchase of 21 different fuels, and the Liberals plan to continue increasing it annually until 2030. Proceeds from the federal consumer carbon price are returned to Canadians and small businesses through rebates. I'm Zach Ferguson. Your next scheduled newscast will be after the game on 880 CHED.
Be a savvy Edmonton hotel shopper. Book through edmontonsbesthotels.com and receive up to $225 in cash rewards. There are over 55 member hotels to choose from, offering their best value rates. edmontonsbesthotels.com. Rewards with every booking.
When the Oilers are on the ice, the big hits are a part of the game. But they shouldn't be a part of your drive. If you've been injured in a car collision, let James H. Brown & Associates and their over 200 years of combined injury law experience help you. Locally owned and proud Edmonton Oiler fans, James H. Brown & Associates is ready to support you with their unrivaled experience, unrivaled results, and unrivaled commitment. When accidents happen, head to jameshbrown.com.
When was the last time your electricity and natural gas provider made you feel like this?
Low rates, no strings attached, year-round perks, and local energy experts who always have your back with Encore by Epcor. Find that carefree energy feeling at encore.epcor.com/carefree.
Customers are free to purchase natural gas or electricity services from a retailer of their choice. For a list of retailers, visit ucahelps.alberta.ca or call 310-4822 toll-free.
Be a savvy Edmonton hotel shopper. Book through edmontonsbesthotels.com and receive up to $225 in cash rewards. There are over 55 member hotels to choose from, offering their best value rates. edmontonsbesthotels.com. Rewards with every booking.
The Intermission, brought to you by End of the Row Flooring Centers. Let's get flooring.
Brent Griffiths back at Rogers Place after 40 minutes of play. The Minnesota Wild leading the Oilers 4-2. Shots on goal just have been amended. Oilers out shooting the Wild 20-19. Okay, let's find out what's going on around the rest of the league. Time for the out-of-town scoreboard. Brought to you by Pizza 73, the official pizza of the Edmonton Oilers. These are all final scores. Utah at Boston. It was 1-0 for the Bruins. Vegas on the road in Ottawa. Golden Knights coming up with a 3-2 victory. New York Islanders at Detroit. Red Wings beating the Islanders tonight 2-1. Elsewhere, Carolina on the road in New Jersey, and the hometown Devils found a way to double up the Canes 4-2. Colorado in Washington to take on the Capitals, and it was the Avs coming up with a road victory, beating the Caps 2-1. A couple of games went a little longer than the full 60. Tampa and Columbus was a crazy game. Midway through the first period, it was almost like 5-5, and they just kept scoring. In fact, it was the Blue Jackets winning in overtime 7-6 tonight over the Tampa Bay Lightning. Another final in a shootout. St. Louis on home ice taking on the San Jose Sharks, and the Blues prevailed 3-2. Another final score, Florida on the road in Chicago tonight. The defending Stanley Cup champs losing to the Blackhawks 3-1. And one other game is currently being played. It's also going into the third period. It's the New York Rangers on the road in Calgary to take on the Flames. That one now is tied at 2. At one point, the Flames had a 2-0 lead. But obviously the Rangers woke up, that's for sure, because they were being outshot horribly by the middle point of the hockey game. And now the shots on goal are 37-20, favoring the Flames in that one. So Igor Shesterkin, a very busy boy for the New York Rangers. Oilers are returning to the ice, so are the Minnesota Wild, and that's it. We're coming back with the third period. At the Intermission is brought to you by End of the Row Flooring Centers. Let's get flooring. This is your Ford Dealers NHL Hockey on the Oilers Radio Network.
For 2 weeks only, it's Black Friday savings at End of the Row Flooring Centers. Save on laminate, luxury vinyl planks, loose lay, click flooring, hardwood, carpet, and more. Use our visualizer at endoftheroll.com to see it yourself. Plus, you could win your mortgage payments for a whole year. Terms and conditions apply. Maximum value of $25,000. Visit endoftheroll.com for details. Our Black Friday sale 2 weeks only at End of the Roll Flooring Centers.
12870 St. Albert Trail and now open at 580 Parsons Road Southwest.
Get ready for Freedom Ford's Black Friday blowout, November 22nd to 30th. Drive a Bronco Sport with up to $12,000 off. Payments as low as $125 weekly. Save $10,000 on Escapes for just $110 weekly. Trucks, $20,000 off F-150s at $203 weekly. Or a Super Duty at $290 weekly. Plus, no payments until 2025 and free 2-year maintenance. Freedom Ford's Black Friday blowout. Don't miss it.
When was the last time your electricity and natural gas provider made you feel like this? Low rates, no strings attached, year-round perks, and local energy experts who always have your back with Encore by Epcor. Find that carefree energy feeling at encore.epcor.com/carefree.
Customers are free to purchase natural gas or electricity services from a retailer of their choice. For a list of retailers, visit ucahelps.alberta.ca or call 310-4822 toll-free.
All games, all season. You're listening to the Oilers Radio Network.
Cam Moon and Bob Stauffer, we're here at Rogers Place. 4-2, the Wild lead the Edmonton Oilers, getting ready for the third period of play. The Oilers Hockey Fights Cancer Mega 50-50 draw is just 2 days away. The jackpot right now, over $755,000 and growing fast. Our next lucky winner could be you. Don't miss out. Get your tickets now at edmontonoilers.com/5050 in support of the Alberta Cancer Foundation. Oilers down by a couple to start off the third period. It'll be McDavid, Draisaitl, Podkolzin out there with Bouchard and Ekholm, and the puck gets drilled into the Edmonton zone. Skinner to the left wing corner finds Ekholm. Up the left side, just beyond the stick of Draisaitl, goes down into the Wild end. Puck goes to Podkolzin, now to Draisaitl, in behind the net. Left wing corner now to McDavid. Makes a move. He'll come out of that left corner in front of the goal. The save. The rebound. The chance for Draisaitl. Put it right through the slot. And it goes back out to center ice. Bouchard up the right wing now to Draisaitl. Into Minnesota territory. Past to the left wing point. Ekholm waiting on the blue line. Over to Bouchard. A snapshot just tipped by McDavid and wide. Johansson will get it out. That's going to be icing against the Wild. 50 seconds into the third period. The Oilers started off with a good shift.
Yeah, no question. A couple good looks there from Edmonton. But unfortunately, we're unable to capitalize. Down by 2.
Fighting Majors done as Boldy and Kajula come out of the penalty box. Face-off will be to the right of Fleury. Henrique against Eriksson Ek. Puck to the left wing point. Kulak. Got it around, gets to the side of the goal, goes off of Fleury into the slot, lifted up and out. Will be just wide of the Oiler net. It'll be an icing call against the Wild. They won't be able to make the change they're looking for.
Well, it's not going to get any easier on Saturday night when the New York Rangers come to town. They got a real good team, too. They didn't play tonight. They didn't play well tonight early.
Last I saw, they had tied it up.
But
you're right. They were getting outshot heavily. They're down 2-0.
It is 2-2 early in the third in that game.
Comes out off the draw. It's Stetcher through the middle to Henrique. Got it in over the line to Connor Brown. Right side to Janmark to Brown. The shot and the save by Fleury will hold on to it. New York here on Saturday night. It's a Wild team that's been good at closing games out. They're 8-0-0 and leading after 2. Henrique wins the face-off. Well, they didn't do it right. They'll do it again. Janmark up against Rossi. Go to Brody and give it to Spurgeon in behind his goal. Out through the middle. Over to Hartman on the right wing. Went to shoot it in. Goes right off of Kulak. He's able to clear it. Flying after it is Connor Brown. Brodin's trying to turn it up the left side and give it away to Henrique. He'll put it towards the net. It goes off a stick into the corner. Sent up the left wing and down. Should be icing against the Wild again.
Well, you got to figure Chris Knobloch's going to go to the whip here with McDavid and Draisaitl and maybe alternate. Yeah, maybe not.
Maybe not.
No, it's going to be McDavid with Nugent Hopkins and Perry. Well, he's going to the whip with Leon.
Bouchard and Ekholm on the back end. Puck gets to the corner. Spurgeon put it off the glass and went out of play.
I mean, we should mention, how many games did Spurgeon miss last year? He only played 16 games.
Yeah,
he
hardly
missed 6,
played.
and that was a huge part of the failure that the Wild, they didn't quite achieve what they were looking for last season. I mean, you look at their top 4 with the emergence of Brent Middleton and obviously Brock Faber, and then you got Brodin and Sturgeon. That's a pretty good top 4, my man.
Puck between the Oiler defense, it comes out. Not to mention all the dead money on the cap with the buyout that has another year left.
They're going to have to start spending some in a couple different areas. Look out.
Here comes McDavid with it. He'll weave his way out. The puck in over the line, but sent to the blue line and just out over the stick of Perry, and it's Kaprizov on the right wing. Come back into his own end.
The Oilers, according to different analytics models, were the 3rd or 4th lookout.
Here's Kaprizov down the left wing. He's going to cut to the middle. That's poked off his stick. Bouchard up the right wing to Perry into the Minnesota zone. Stood up by Middleton. Faber behind the net, rimming it. Kaprizov will bat the puck out to center ice.
Third or fourth in several defensive metrics, despite the fact that they're 20th in goals against. But tonight has been a poor defensive performance for Edmonton so far. They've just been too loose.
Draisaitl getting the puck in. Was off of Podkolzin over to Middleton. Middleton up the left wing for Trennan. Had to go off the leg. Emberson goes in behind the net. Trennan to the right corner. Kulak able to steal it up the right wing to Jeff Skinner. He'll go cross ice over to Podkolzin on the left. Pokes it in behind the net. Skinner gets back there. Faber will get it to the blue line just off of Kulak. The puck does come out. Trennan's got it now for Minnesota. Into the Oiler end. Takes it over to the left wing. 4-2. Wild lead. Puck back to the blue line. Chisholm to the side of net. To Rossi in front and a save made by Skinner. As he stopped Johansson. The puck in the slot. Good save by Stuart Skinner. And up the right wing. Kapanen had to go by him. Rossi's got it. He'll bring it into the Oiler end. To Johansson on the left, bump back to the blue line. Chisholm into the left wing corner for Johansson. Over to the right side, up to the top of the circle. To the blue line to Bogosian. So just about 4 minutes gone here in the third. 4-2 Wild lead. Johansson unable to keep it in. It comes out.
That would have been a 2-on-1 for Kajula and Derek Ryan.
Chisholm with it in his own blue line to Bogosian up the right wing. That's picked off by Derek Ryan. To Kapanen, or make that Kapanen shoot it towards the net. Penalty coming up to the Wild when they touch it. Ryan goes in behind the goal. His pass to the middle. Emerson couldn't get a shot through. The Wild touch it. And the Oilers about to get their first power play of the game. It's going to be a holding call against the Wild. 4 minutes, 19 seconds gone here in the third. Edmonton down 4-2.
Derek Ryan kept his feet moving and gave himself a chance to make a play.
Hartman to the box. Power play presented by Atco Energy, your trusted energy retailer. Learn more at atcoenergy.com. Oiler power play, 17.3%. 19th in the NHL. Wild PK at 76.2. It's 24th.
Oiler, Eriksson-Ek's been terrific in the circle this game, and tough matchup here for Draisaitl.
Goes to the top of the circle on the left, and it's Trennan to get it out. Over to Eriksson-Ek, into the Oiler end from the left, long shot, saved by Skinner. He's got nowhere to go with it. Now plays it over to Nugent Hopkins.
Minnesota thought that should have been a whistle, and they're right.
Probably should have been. Bouchard will bring it out, swing it back to McDavid. Into the Wild end on the left. Off the end boards, Fleury was able to stop it. Puck gets rimmed by Brodin. It hits Draisaitl, it comes out.
This team can skate. Their D can make plays. And there's a reason they're 12-3-3, and it ain't fluke.
Perry on the right wing to the blue line for Bouchard. Now to Draisaitl, top of the circle on the right. Gave it to Nugent Hopkins, back to Bouchard. Bouchard to Draisaitl. Top of the circle, right wing, into the corner to Nugent Hopkins. Back to the blue line. Bouchard's one-timer, and that was blocked, and the puck cleared out by Middleton. Kuznetsov was able to get in front of it and block it. The puck comes up to center ice, and it's Nugent Hopkins. Into the Wild zone on the right wing to Draisaitl. To the blue line, Bouchard. To McDavid down the left wing. Spins back to the left wing boards to the blue line to Bouchard. Now to McDavid, side of the net. Jammed in front of the goal by Perry, just wide.
Not a bad look.
Puck cleared out down the ice. Not bad at all. 28 seconds to go in the power play. Oilers down 4-2. We're about 6 minutes into the third period. Kulak out through the middle on the left wing. Gives it to Henrique. Broken up by Foligno. Goes back to Kulak. Just inside his own blue line. Now on the right to Connor Brown. Over to Kulak. Back to Brown. It is stick lifted. Trennan will bring it out. Penalty is over. Edmonton 0 for 1 on the power play.
Foligno, the nasty slash. Normally those get called.
Ekholm on the right wing to Kulak. He'll shoot it in. Goes to the left side into the left wing corner. And Henrique in behind the net, only for a moment. And Chisholm will get the puck out to center ice off the stick of Johansson. He'll catch up to it and come into the Edmonton zone. Go to the right corner. Taken to the end boards by Ekholm. Puck comes free on the left. Rossi back to the blue line. Chisholm across to Hartman. Is shot and it's blocked. It goes into the left wing corner. Rossi's got it for the Wild. The right wing point to Spurgeon to the right corner. Centering pass, and that comes back to Chisholm. His shot, and it goes off of Skinner to the right corner. Hartman behind the net to Johansson. Takes it to the left wing. Give it to Rossi. Rossi throws it through the slot. Goes off the corner boards. Hartman has it on the right wing. Hartman to the left wing side, top of the circle. Rossi to Spurgeon. Play it into the corner in the Edmonton zone. It's Ekholm up the left wing, and it is cleared out by Jeff Skinner. Puck brought right back in. Hartman on the left wing. Got it to the end boards. Emberson around on the right to Kulak. Up the left wing boards. Kapanen comes into Minnesota territory. 4-2 Wild lead. We're here in the third. Hartman trying to dig it loose. It will come free, but go to Jan Mark of Edmonton off the left wing to the blue line. Stetcher over to Emberson in front of the net, just wide, is looking for a redirection in front of the net, but Kapanen couldn't get his stick on it. Puck comes out, Emberson to Kapanen. To the Wild zone. Ryan back to the blue line. Emberson across the one-timer, and the save made by Fleury coming across off of Stetcher. It's cleared out. Won't be hard enough for icing. Emberson will turn in front of the Edmonton net. Leave the puck to McDavid after it sat there for a moment. McDavid to Draisaitl, now to Bouchard to Draisaitl. He'll get in over the line. Give it to Ekholm through the middle on the right to Draisaitl to Bouchard. It's shot, and that's off of Trennan, and that goes out of play. We're going to take a break. We've played 8 minutes, 42 seconds of the third. 4-2. Wild lead the Oilers. We'll be right back from Rogers Place. It's Ford Dealers NHL Hockey on the Oilers Radio Network.
Real Canadian Superstore has more ways to save than any other major grocer. Check out their weekly flyer for PC Optimum offers, deals on club size, no name, and always low-priced everyday items. Visit in-store to find everything from fashion and home decor to toys and electronics. And don't forget their new Fresh Promise on produce. If your produce isn't fresh, they'll replace it and refund it. There are so many ways to save at Real Canadian Superstore. See their flyer for details.
Tired of skyrocketing energy bills? Switch to clean, affordable power with Horizon Solar. Whether you want to cut costs, go green, or increase your home's value, Horizon Solar has you covered with tailored solar energy solutions. With current government incentives, there's never been a better time to make the switch. Own your power, control your bills, live sustainably. For your free assessment, call Horizon Solar today or visit horizonsolar.com to get started. Horizon Solar, where going green makes sense.
Did you know that there are 9 Napa Auto Parts stores serving the greater Edmonton area and have been doing so for more than 50 years? Since Napa first opened in Edmonton, the community has grown and vehicles have changed, but you can always trust Napa Auto Parts to provide you with the expert know-how and the best vehicle parts. And if that isn't enough, every time you visit a Napa Auto Parts store when you present your AMA card, you receive an additional 10% discount on all retail parts and accessories. Visit your local Napa Auto Parts store for more offers and expert know-how. Napa Auto Parts is a proud fan of the Edmonton Oilers.
Listen on air, online, and on the Radio Player Canada app. This is the Oilers Radio Network.
Cal Moon and Bob Stauffer. We're here at Rogers Place. 4-2. The Wild lead the Edmonton Oilers. 8:42 gone here in the third. Leon Draisaitl, Corey Perry have scored for Edmonton. Matt Boldy, Marcus Foligno, Marcus Johansson, Frederick Gaudreau have scored for Minnesota. Face off to the left of Marc-Andre Fleury. Puck gets to the right wing corner in that Minnesota zone. Perry got it free for a moment. Spurgeon around on the left side, but kept in by Bouchard to Perry and behind the net. Spurgeon on him. Left wing corner to Nugent Hopkins. Went to the middle, but Kaprizov is there for Minnesota. Got forced over to the boards by McDavid. They battle for it. Goes to the blue line. Bouchard will shoot it just off the stick of Eriksson Ek, and he broke Eriksson Ek's stick. And it'll be Boldy to scoop it up and get it out of the zone. Bouchard in his own end. Oilers will change forwards. Bouchard holds onto it right in front of the Edmonton net. Bouchard up the left wing to Ekholm. Now to Draisaitl. To Jeff Skinner. Went off his skate. Gets into the corner. Middleton around the boards. Knocked down by Draisaitl. He gets tied up. Foligno's able to get it out. Middleton starts a rush up the right wing with Gaudreau. He'll shoot it. Pad save. Rebound. Scores. Gaudreau picked up the rebound. Makes it 5-2. And the Wild now up by 3. Odd man rush the other way. Smart shot by Middleton.
Kulak was caught up ice there. The Oilers didn't have any support. Real smart play by Middleton, and then
Gaudreau just follows it up.
He's got a second of the game.
Yep.
And it hasn't been the big dogs that have killed the Oilers, and this has been typical of this series of games over the last 3 seasons. And again, the Oilers are down, Hyman and Arvidsson. That doesn't include Kane, and then Nurse in the back end. And we saw with Minnesota how different of a team they were last year when they didn't have Spurgeon. But, they got a great top 40. They're a fast team. They play fast. And I think to date, the Oilers have had some issues. They're playing at a team simply on a different level of what Ottawa was at the last game.
Icing against Minnesota.
And I think you need all your horses going. I mean, Darnell Nurse is a huge part of this team. We do expect him to play against the Rangers. I have a sneaking suspicion Hyman and Arvidsson remain out. I mean, Arvidsson was retroactively placed on IR. I guess in theory they can recall him at any time, but...
So it's Gaudreau from Middleton and Foligno at 9:50.
Foligno's having a night.
Yeah.
Just needs a fight for a Gordie Howe hat trick.
Shot off the right side, goes off a body and out of play as Perry tried to get one through to the net. We're going to take a break. 5-2. Wild lead the Oilers with 9:52 to go in the third from Rogers Place. It's Ford Dealers NHL Hockey on the Oilers Radio Network.
Today you can score at A&W. Enjoy a juicy grass-fed beef mama burger and fries for only $5. Available in-store or on the A&W mobile app at participating locations in OilCountry. This fantastic deal is available all day today at A&W.
Hey, Paul Brandt here. You know what I'm a fan of? Alberta. The wide open spaces, the highways and byways, and a rugged, beautiful terrain that I'm proud to call home. Maybe that's why I'm also a fan of my Ford F-150. It's tough, capable, and smart, which makes it a natural fit for roads like these. So if it's a new truck you're looking for, look no further than the truck Albertans love to drive, F-150. Head into your Alberta Ford dealer and tell them PB sent you.
When it comes to your new home, nothing should stop you from getting exactly what you want. Coventry Homes puts your needs front and center. They won't deke past your questions about customization, and making changes won't get you sent to the penalty box. With their customizable designs and flexible options, your game-changing home is within reach. Score big with flexibility. By Coventry Homes, the official builder of the Edmonton Oilers.
Today you can score at A&W. Enjoy a juicy grass-fed beef mama burger and fries for only $5. Available in-store or on the A&W mobile app at participating locations in OilCountry. This fantastic deal is available all day today at A&W.
All games, all season. You're listening to the Oilers Radio Network.
Here at Rogers Place, 5-2. Wild lead the Oilers with 9:52 to go in the third period. Cam Moon along with Bob Stauffer. We're in the Legacy Heating and Cooling broadcast booth. Legacy Heating and Cooling, home and no payments, no interest for 1 year. Frederick Gaudreau with his second of the game, fourth of the year. That has put the Wild up by 3. Making it an awfully long road back for Edmonton. Puck to the left wing point. Ekholm over to Bouchard. Now on the right to McDavid. Drops the puck to Draisaitl. That's peeled off his stick by Eriksson Ek. He'll get it out to Kaprizov through himself offside, and we get the whistle. Well, expected Minnesota to be good coming into this game.
Yeah, and they have been. They don't have Zuccarello, but the Oilers are down 3 top 6 forwards. And they need, and again, sometimes matchup, and it's not been a good matchup for the Oilers against Minnesota the last few years.
The Oilers have 2 wins in their last 10 against them?
Yes.
Yeah. Puck comes free, and it's Draisaitl, a backhand, goes off of Brodin. Kaprizov up the left wing. At the Edmonton blue line, fanned on his dump in through the whole thing offside. And this is after the Oilers were gifted a goal to start this game on a dump in.
Well, they were gifted 2 in this game. Because the Corey Perry wraparound goal, though he had
that's a bank shot. Yeah,
he had the presence of mind to take it to the net, hard to the hole.
Banked it off a Spurgeon skate. The left wing, Kajula to Kapanen.
Good work. Kapanen drew a collar.
Yep, penalty coming up to the Wild. So with 9:16 to go in the third, Edmonton gets power play.
Well, that's what happens when you're moving your feet. You can draw calls.
Marat Kuznetsov will go to the box.
I mean, he was water skiing off of there. And he's a rookie. He's getting that penalty
every time.
Right.
10 times out of 10. Oiler Power Play presented by ATCO Energy, your trusted energy retailer. Learn more at atcoenergy.com. Face off to the right of Fleury. Puck gets tied up. Some skates, gets into the left wing corner. Nugent Hopkins, top of the circle, and it hacked away from him, and that is shot out and down the ice.
They've won all the puck battles in this game, Cam.
Now Bouchard to bring it out, drops it back to Draisaitl, across to McDavid. Into the Wild end, poked off his stick. Brodin will get it down the ice. Bouchard up the right wing for the Oilers. Swings it back to McDavid. Into the Wild zone, right wing to Draisaitl. Cross ice saucered it, hit Foligno, that goes out of play. It's the third power play total in this game. Minnesota with 1, now this is the second one for Edmonton. Face off to the left of Fleury. Shots 26-24 for the Oilers.
A little bit different look here with Ekholm. He's more willing to put pucks to the net if they can win a draw.
And he's out on the ice now in this power play. Puck on the right wing. Nugent Hopkins to Draisaitl. Now near the blue line to McDavid. Pulls it off the boards. Gives it to Mattias Ekholm. Right wing to Draisaitl. Back to Ekholm. Left wing to McDavid to Ekholm. Fake the one-timer. Down the right side for Draisaitl. In front of the net looking for the slam dunk to Perry. Went off a stick to the blue line. It's Ekholm. Right wing to Draisaitl. Draisaitl shot. Rolls towards Fleury. Puck comes loose. And there was good row to hammer it down the ice.
Still haven't got a shot through.
45 seconds to go in the man advantage. Oilers down 5-2. Under 8 to go in the third period. Ekholm, dump it in. Connor Brown got it to the left wing corner. To Jeff Skinner. Now to Henrique. To Skinner. To Henrique on the left wing. Back to the point for Ekholm. Cranks that around to the right side. He gets to the right point. Kulak through the middle, but Lauko broke it up. And he'll give it to Trent, and he'll shoot it down the ice. It's on the end boards, and it's Mattias Ekholm. Up the left wing to Henrique. Through the middle to Jeff Skinner. Into the Minnesota end. Went through the middle. That's taken away, and it's Boldy to get it out. Penalty is over. Edmonton 0 for 2 on the power play. They're down by 3. There's 7 minutes to go here in the third period. Emberson on the left wing to Kajula. Get that all the way across to Henrique. Into the Wild zone on the right. Stood up by Brodin. Puck played towards him, but blocked by Bogosian. He'll get it out to Kaprizov. Kaprizov down the left wing. Pass across. Oh, that hit Stetcher. Save made by Skinner. And Kajula will bring it out for the Oilers down the left side. Checked at the blue line by Rossi. Now Kaprizov. Had it go just beyond him. Stetcher unable to get it out, though. Rossi will keep it in for the Wild. It gets to the end boards. Rossi out of the right corner. Now to Kaprizov, out to the middle. Hartman's one-timer, and the save by Skinner. He'll hold it up against his body. We'll get the face-off with 6:31 to go here in the third. It's a 5-2 Wild lead.
Is the shot clock broken here in the last 5 minutes? What do you think?
It hasn't moved.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right. There's been a few. They'll get it back up to speed here soon. Face off to the left of Skinner. As Derek Ryan steps in to face Ryan Hartman. Puck to the left wing. Chisholm in from the left wing point. Couldn't connect with Rossi as Kulak protects the puck. Across to Josh Brown. Up the left wing boards to Kajula. He'll dump it in. Goes it behind the Minnesota net. Chisholm has to kick the puck over to Johansson on the right. Up to center ice for Rossi. He'll throw it in cross corner. Kulak there for the Oilers. Now Brett Kulak gains center ice. Gives the puck to Ryan. It went off his stick though. Faber over to Middleton. Still has it in his own end. Middleton will wait. Give the puck to Faber. Up the right wing. That's picked off by Bud Colson. He'll bring it in. He'll come down the left side. He'll shoot it. Puck goes off the inboards. Bud Colson gives it to Yamark right wing. Yamark with a couple of moves to the right wing corner. Centering pass. Rolls in front of the net. And just over to the left side. Ekholm on the left wing point. Across the line. Over to the right. We'll give it to Stetcher. Now over to Henrique. His shot. Net one. Hit bodies in front of the net. Lauko can get it out. Lauko to center ice. We'll say he wasn't at center. And that's an icing call with 5:18 to go here in the third period. 5-2 the Wild lead. Oilers will send out Draisaitl, Perry, and McDavid. Kulak and Bouchard on the back end. Puck gets between the Oiler defenseman and out. And Bouchard up the right wing to Draisaitl. Comes into the zone. Stops on the right wing boards. Back to the blue line. Bouchard over to Kulak. To Bouchard, right wing point. On the right side to Draisaitl to Kulak. One-timer, and this saver make that Bouchard the shot. That didn't get through. Puck gets cleared out by Brodin. Bouchard will go in behind the net. Up to Perry at the blue line for Draisaitl. Forced back at the blue line and get the puck to Connor McDavid. Just shoot it in. Brodin off the glass and out.
Wonder if this might be McDavid and Leon's last shift of the game here.
Left wing for Perry. We got 4:28 to go in the third. Edmonton down 5-2. Here to the Minnesota Wild. Johansson will bring it up the left side. He'll get it across to Spurgeon. Into the Oilers zone to Kaprizov. He'll get to the right wing corner. Give it to Spurgeon and went by him to the left wing point. Chisholm along the blue line. Sent over to the left wing for Kaprizov. Side top of the circle. Gaudreau for Johansson. Got it tied up. Gaudreau gets it loose. Gaudreau at the top of the circle, but McDavid's able to work it free for Ekholm. And now to Emberson. Emberson with it in the Edmonton end. Wild back off. Emberson gets to center ice. Shoot it in. It's going to rim over on the left. Bogosian will take it in behind his net. Threw it right in front of the net. Goes off of Gaudreau. Now Gaudreau smack that out to center ice to Foligno, and he'll push it into the Oilers zone. Trending to the end boards. 3:25 to go in the third. 5-2. Minnesota leads. Puck on the left wing. Gaudreau keeping it in the Oiler end for Minnesota. Goes to the left wing corner. Dumped down by Nugent Hopkins. Puck comes out to Foligno. Trying to get it back to the point. Goes between the defensemen, and it comes out. Bogosian up to Foligno, off his stick, puck at the Edmonton blue line. Josh Brown with it. Brown to Stetcher. Left wing to Podkolzin. He'll bring it in. He'll shoot it. That's blocked. Podkolzin gets it back on the left wing. And it goes off the mesh over the glass. It goes out of play. We're going to take a break. 2:53 to go in the third. 5-2. Wild lead the Oilers from Rogers Place in downtown Edmonton. It's Ford Dealers NHL Hockey on the Oilers Radio Network.
Sobeys and Safeway Liquor are stocked with spirits, wine, and beer for all your get-togethers. So, whether you're celebrating the holiday season or hockey season, check out Sobeys and Safeway Liquor, proud partners and fans of the Edmonton Oilers.
Athletes know that to advance your career, you've got to be part of a winning team. So, what about you? Are you working for a winning team? Well, here's your chance to do just that. Brandt is a strong and stable industry leader with career opportunities across Canada. We have hundreds of positions available right now, from parts, sales, positioning technology, heavy-duty mechanics, and more. Be a part of a winning team. Earn your stripes by joining Brandt today. Find out more at BrandtJobs.com.
Chemco is more than just a trusted local name. Chemco has been building industry across Canada for more than 60 years. From engineering through to commissioning, construction, maintenance, and beyond, Chemco's multidiscipline approach stands firmly on the belief that Chemco cares. It's not just what they do, it's how they do it. Visit Chemco.com and discover how they can support your project today. Chemco, proud fans of the Edmonton Oilers, serving and supporting communities across Canada for over 60 years.
Sobeys and Safeway Liquor are stocked with spirits, wine, and beer for all your get-togethers. So, whether you're celebrating the holiday season or hockey season, check out Sobeys and Safeway Liquor, proud partners and fans of the Edmonton Oilers.
Listen on air, online, and on the Radio Player Canada app.
This is the Oilers Radio Network.
Cam Moon and Bob Stauffer, we are here at Rogers Place. 2:53 to go in the third. 5-2, the Wild lead.
Tough night for OilCountry.
Yes.
Not happening.
Stuart Skinner on the bench for the extra attacker. 6-on-5, face off in the Wild zone to the right of Fleury. This game was tied at 2 in the second. Minnesota scored the last 3. Draisaitl wins the draw. Ekholm, top of the circle on the left wing. Forced back to the blue line by Johansson to McDavid. Rims on the right, going to get to Bouchard. Behind the net to Corey Perry. Left wing to McDavid. Front of the net goes Draisaitl. McDavid, now Draisaitl slides up to the slot. Puck back to the point to Ekholm. Comes over to the right, gave it to Bouchard. Left wing to McDavid. McDavid pulling, waiting, shooting, didn't get through. Now Ekholm rips it on net save made by Fleury. Hit him in the right shoulder. Puck on the right wing. Draisaitl along the boards. Top of the circle, low to Perry. Now on the left to McDavid. To the blue line to Bouchard. Skates over to the right. Right side, Draisaitl one-timer. Just off the pad of Fleury and now cleared off the glass and out of play. 2 minutes to go here in the third. The Oilers are down 5-2.
Good save by Fleury. Chest protector and a long-range bomber there that got through. Fought it off. What is it going to call a timeout here? Or Minnesota is one of the two teams.
Somebody is. Oilers will get the rest. The 6 out on the ice. Oilers at home on Saturday. The New York Rangers are here.
And they trail the Flames 3-2. 2 minutes left in the third period. And Calgary is over 40 shots in this game.
New York with the net empty.
Is that 49?
49-27 are the shots. Wow. Calgary out shooting the Rangers.
That's interesting.
Shesterkin back in the net. That is interesting. All right, face off in the Wild zone. Oilers desperate times calling for desperate measures. Net empty and down by 3 with 2 minutes left. Perry goes to get a different stick, extends that timeout just a little bit longer. Veteran savvy.
All veterans are wily.
Yeah. It's a guy that has now played 1,332 games in the NHL. Puck goes into the right wing corner. It's McDavid. to the right wing point. Bouchard cross the line into the middle to Echo. Left wing to McDavid. Cross ice pass. It's broken up, but Ekholm keeps it in on the blue line. Down the left wing to McDavid to Bouchard. Right side to Draisaitl. Has it in the right corner. Will try to get one through. It goes off of Fleury. Puck into the corner. They get it tied up. Does come loose. Nugent Hopkins over to McDavid in front to Perry off his stick and just wide. Great chance there for Edmonton as Goodrow will get it out.
Probably should have been a goal.
Yep. Shard out of Nugent Hopkins into the wild zone. Check. Goodrow will shoot it towards the net. Knocked out of the air by Ekholm. Ekholm will take it behind the net. Now out in front of it and through the middle. Oilers down 5-2. We're up to the last minute here in the third. Broken up at center ice. Kaprizov just played it into the Edmonton end, and Ekholm will turn it up the right wing, get it out to center for Draisaitl. Now on the left to Henry. Into the wild zone. 45 seconds left. Puck to the end boards. Middleton will rim. Bouchard from the right point. Top of the circle to Nugent Hopkins. Now low to Perry. Goes to the right wing. Bouchard's going to come in from the blue line. Go to the right wing corner. Back to the point to Nugent Hopkins. Will shoot it. It's tipped. Save made by Fleury. Rebound. Scores! Right at the side of the net.
Well, Skinner needed that. I mean, I know it's a 5-3 game. The Oilers aren't going to win the game, but maybe Jeff Skinner gets his 4th goal of the year. Maybe he can create some positive momentum out of that.
Nugent Hopkins worked it to the middle and just a little wrist shot. Was redirected. There was Skinner at the side of the goal to put it in.
He's been quiet, to say the least, of late.
1935 will be the time of the goal. Jeff Skinner gets his 4th of the season. They get to within 2.
I think Henrique and Perry are going to get assists on that goal.
Goes to Stetcher on the right wing at the blue line. Now up to Kulak through the middle, off of Janmark and in. Brodin to the end boards. Into the skates of Brodin. So Hartman can get it free. Off the glass to the line and out. Connor Brown on the right wing. Just bounce it in. The game comes to a close, and the Minnesota Wild, they have been outstanding on the road. Now they are 9-1-2 away from Minnesota.
Well, they were the better team in every way, shape, or form in this hockey game, and right now they're going pretty good. And the Oilers are still trying to find their game. Edmonton was down some bodies. No excuses. They were outplayed. You got to acknowledge what Minnesota did tonight. One of the poor defensive performances from Edmonton this year, but I think it's partially because of the duress that the Wild were able to, with the forechecking pressure that they had, exert against Edmonton, and ultimately the Wild end up prevailing.
Oilers lose this one 5-3 to Minnesota. Oilers now have to deal with the New York Rangers on Saturday. They'll be a little bit surly after losing to the Calgary Flames tonight.
Badly outplayed tonight, too.
What type of game do you expect on Saturday?
I wonder if they'll start quick.
He's had a good year.
He's had a great year.
Well.
He's playing really well. Rangers are good. They got a good defense. They got some guys that can move the puck. I think Edmonton will get a little bit of energy from the return of Darnell Nurse. I think that's a big game changer for Paul Coffey on the defense. And Cam, I'm going to circle back to this. The Wild didn't have Jared Spurgeon for 66 games last year. Tailed off a bit, you know that. He's part of a really good top four. You know, like Brodin's been there forever. He was in the same draft as Clefbaum. Those guys are best friends. And you think if it had been Clefbaum, who had played the 13 seasons down in the NHL, and Brodin, who, you know, his career ended due to a shoulder problem, how maybe that might have altered things for the Minnesota Wild and for the Edmonton Oilers a bit. But the reality is they got a really good top four. Well, the Oilers had two top four defensemen going tonight. They had Bouchard and Ekholm, and those guys had to play a ton. You get Darnell Nurse back, and he plays better with more minutes, and I know he's coming off, let's face it, he's coming off a concussion. It's not going to be easy. But I think Darnell's going to come back with a little bit of vengeance here after what happened. I mean, we've never seen Darnell stay on the ice after a hit. And so Rangers are a good team. We know they're a good team. A lot of people thought this might be a preseason Stanley Cup preview. Edmonton's got a lot of work to do between now and then, but here's the thing. They've historically been a second-half team. If you look at the schedule eases up for Edmonton in the second half of the year. We know Stan Bowman, on top of the Oilers getting Darnell Nurse back, at some point he's going to pull the trigger here and get another defenseman. How differently will Edmonton look at that time? And that said, until tonight, other than the first 3 games of the year, maybe one other game all season, the Oilers' D didn't look overmatched. Tonight they looked like they had some challenges with Minnesota's speed. So I expect a better performance from both the Oilers and the Rangers tomorrow or on Saturday night. And it's going to be a lot of fun, Cam, with you and me having the call of that game.
We will have some fun for sure. 5-3 the final. Oilers lose to the Minnesota Wild. It was Frederick Gaudreau scored a couple for the Wild. Johansson, Foligno, and Boldy also scoring for Minnesota. Leon Draisaitl, Corey Perry, and Jeff Skinner with the goals for Edmonton. The Oilers dropped to 10-9-2, and the Wild improved to 13-3-3. 5-3 the final. Wild over the Oilers. A Rogers postgame show coming up next.
Exclusive live interviews, expert analysis, and game highlights. This is the Rogers postgame show. Once again, here's Bob Stauffer on the Oilers Radio Network.
Second all-time in wins, just behind Martin Brodeur. What goes in behind the net? Wrapped around, scores! Corey Perry brings it out from behind the net and ties the game at 2.
Well, there you go. That is the highlight zone for Century Casino. At that point, Corey Perry tied the game 2-2. And speaking of Century Casinos, all in, all game, all season, Century Casinos, 3 great locations. Edmonton, St. Albert, Nexley, Edmonton International Airport at Century Mile. Welcome to the winner's zone. 2-2 at that point, but the Wild scored the next 3 goals. They ultimately won 5-3. This is the Rogers postgame show on the Oilers Radio Network.
Sportsnet Plus is your ultimate destination for Oilers games. Stream more matchups than anywhere else. Spectacular! Catch Oilers action all season. Plans starting at $19.99 a month. Subscribe now at sportsnetplus.ca.
Hey, Paul Brandt here. As a musician, I'm drawn to the sounds of this great province. Whether it's the wind blowing down the Rockies, the rustling of grass across the prairie, or the sweet sound of a Ford Super Duty, it's all music to my ears. Speaking of Super Duty, with heavy-duty performance that's built for getting the job done right, it's no wonder this truck has Albertans singing its praises. The 2024 Ford Super Duty is available now at your Alberta Ford dealer. Just head on in today and tell them PB sent you.
Sportsnet Plus is your ultimate destination for Oilers games. Stream more matchups than anywhere else. Spectacular! Catch Oilers action all season. Plans starting at $19.99 a month. Subscribe now at sportsnetplus.ca. This is the Rogers postgame show on the Oilers Radio Network.
No Alberta Blue Cross travel insurance, goal of the game, health, dental, travel. We've got the coverage you need. Visit ab.bluecross.ca. Rob Brown, we talked before the game about some teams being bad matchups for the other. The Minnesota Wild, since we started playing again out of the Scotiabank North Division in 2021, the Wild have dominated this matchup head-to-head against Edmonton. And I think they've changed a bit. They got a bit more skill. Obviously, Kaprizov's a special player. But they didn't have Jared Spurgeon last year for 66 games. They fell out of it. They're a team. Their top 4 defense is the base. We didn't even see their number 1 goalie tonight. And to me, they played at a tempo and a pace, and they let the puck do the work that the Oilers' D seemed overmatched in stretches in this game and were the author of their own demise at times.
They were. The Oilers made big mistakes. And I know that you were just talking with Mooner about some of the challenges with, the back end, 4, 5, 6 defensemen. I mean, this was one of the weakest that we've seen Evan Bouchard in a while.
Yeah.
I mean, the big mistakes that he made again tonight, those were taken out of his game as the season progressed last year and in the playoffs. They've been at the forefront so far this season. And when you have some inexperience or some challenges with your 4, 5, 6, 7 defensemen, you've got to be able to rely on 1, 2, and 3. And Ekholm has been good, but Bouchard,
he's going through a tough time.
He is, Jekyll and Hyde. He has the end-to-end goal in Ottawa tonight. I mean, the goal that he was on in front of the net doesn't take his man, but about 30 seconds before that, he pinched on a play that there was no reason to and gave up a 2-on-1. Those are the plays that, really hurt him earlier in his career, but he'd gotten rid of. He's just doesn't have the confidence right now. And as you were just talking about Nurse back in the lineup, but you were talking about Minnesota's top four. Minnesota's top four don't make those mistakes. And that's what we're seeing right now out of Edmonton. Minnesota played a very structured game. I love that Brock Faber. Spurgeon, Brodin, Middleton, good defenseman that...
Even Bogosian is the number 5. This guy's won cups before.
Yeah, he's a guy you want in your back end because he plays a little nasty.
And he's big.
Yep.
Right? Like, to me, the Oilers, unfortunately, and they're going to have to do it differently, and at some point, Stan Bowman, we know, is going to add another defenseman. Now, they didn't have a guy that has historically dominated Edmonton. And this is the other thing, Rob, I just want to circle back to this. They've kind of had Edmonton's number as well.
They have.
It's been a bad matchup for the Oilers.
But it's weird because it's a whole bunch of different players have come and gone through here. It used to be they would beat them 2-0.
Right.
They'd get a 1-goal lead, and then they would just suffocate them the rest of the night. I mean, how good a player is Joel Eriksson?
Well, he would have been Edmonton's pick had they held the pick at 16 back in 2015.
Wow, is he a good player? And this was probably one of the best games that I've seen a team defend against Connor and Leon. Yes. They're just very good. I thought, what an incredible bounce back for Fleury in this game after the very first shot. I mean, he's a Hall of Famer for a reason.
And he overcame it.
He 100% he did. The Oilers' power play, it continues to haunt them. In this game, there were times in the third period, well, you know what, they score here? Maybe. But there was nothing, not getting any of the chances. The Minnesota Wild were the better of the two teams, and the biggest problem for the Oilers so far this year, when they play bad teams, they look good. When they play good teams, they look bad. And tonight was, I think they've got one win against a playoff team so far this year. That's not good enough. This team is better than they should be.
Are we talking Vancouver, the playoff team?
I don't know. I saw a tweet out.
Yeah, well, Vancouver has been horrible at home.
Well, they're in a bit of trouble right now with the injuries and the loss of JT Miller, although Elias Pettersson has turned it around, which is good for him. But this Oilers team they are a better team than what they have shown. And I can say that, but they, as a team, they've got to show that I'm right in that with that comment. But I do believe they're better. I do think they also match up better against the Rangers because the Rangers will trade chances with them. And that could turn into a track meet, could turn into a lot of fun. I watched the Calgary game. Calgary absolutely dominated the Rangers tonight, which is what you don't want to see. You don't want to see the Rangers coming in here hungry. It would be a big boost to the Edmonton Oilers if Darnell Nurse is back playing on Saturday.
All right, Rob, great stuff.
Sounds good, Bob.
Yes, indeed. The Smart Play of the Night brought to you by Catelli Smart Pasta with all natural ingredients. It's a smart move for your next meal. Look for the box the next time you shop. And we're going to give it tonight to the one, the only, Corey Perry, 39 years of age, scores on a 39-year-old goaltender on a wraparound. Take it to the net. Good things happen. That's what happened. This is the Rogers Postgame Show on the Oilers Radio Network.
Score big with the unmatched purity of Clearwater Vodka, the perfect companion for Oilers fans. Crafted with the pristine waters of Alberta, it's a sip of local excellence. Clearwater Vodka, where the spirit of the game meets true Alberta quality. Must be 18 plus. Please drink responsibly. Hockey season is back. And so are the deals at Boston Pizza. Cheer on your team while ordering off their game day menu or come in and see what great promotions they have going on. At Boston Pizza, they always have something craveable for you to enjoy. Boston Pizza, proud partner of the Edmonton Oilers. Cheers to a great hockey season.
Over the last decade, the world of work has changed dramatically. It's a change that can cause a disconnect between a company and its employees. But a partnership with Aon can help by making decisions that create a more flexible, engaged, and resilient workforce. Aon's experience and expertise, global understanding, and advanced analytics ensure that every client is better informed and better advised so that they can make better decisions. Whatever the next decade brings, Aon is in the business of better decisions.
Score big with the unmatched purity of Clearwater vodka, the perfect companion for Oilers fans. Crafted with the pristine waters of Alberta, it's a sip of local excellence. Clearwater vodka, where the spirit of the game meets true Alberta quality. Must be 18 plus. Please drink responsibly.
You're tuned in to the Rogers Postgame Show on the official voice of the Edmonton Oilers, 880 CHAD, and on the Oilers Radio Network.
All right, let's go to the NHL Out of Town scoreboard. It's presented by Pizza 73, the official pizza of the Edmonton Oilers. Zach Werenski, the GWGNOT at 5 points. Columbus knocks off the Tampa Bay Lightning 7-6 with an overtime victory. Meanwhile, Miles Wood scores the eventual game winner. The Avalanche beat Washington 2-1. Alexander Ovechkin out 4 to 6 weeks with a lower body injury. Chicago Blackhawks 3-1 over the Florida Panthers. The St. Louis Blues win a 3-2 shootout over the San Jose Sharks. New Jersey Devils double up the Carolina Hurricanes 4-2. Detroit 2-1 over the Islanders. Vegas Golden Knights 3-2 winners in Ottawa and Boston. Joe Sacco, now their head coach, shut out the Utah Hockey Club by a score 1-0. Edmonton Oil Kings tomorrow night at Rogers Place against Medicine Hat. The Oilers here Saturday against the New York Rangers. Oil Kings Sunday on the Teddy Bear toss as well. This is the Rogers Postgame Show on the Oilers Radio Network.
Hey, Edmonton. Big moves need big talent, and AMJ is your go-to partner. For all local residential and commercial relocations, AMJ delivers a smooth, stress-free experience. AMJ, your team for every move. Contact your local branch today.
Every year, carbon monoxide poisoning kills over 300 Canadians and hospitalizes many more. Carbon monoxide has no smell, taste, or color. But protecting yourself and your family isn't hard. A properly functioning carbon monoxide alarm can detect carbon monoxide and alert you to the danger. We've created a helpful carbon monoxide checklist to help you protect your household. Visit atco.com/co to learn more and download the checklist. ATCO.
Hey, Edmonton. Big moves need big talent, and AMJ is your go-to partner. For all local residential and commercial relocations, AMJ delivers a smooth, stress-free experience. AMJ, your team for every move. Contact your local branch today.
It's the Cup 3 Stars presented by Molson, the official beer of the Edmonton Oilers. Whether it's Canadian Ultra, Export, or Excel, there's a Molson with your name on it. You must be of legal drinking age. Well, Minnesota wins this one 5-3. They get all 3 stars. Marcus Foligno, goal and assist. He's tonight's 3rd star. Ryan Hartman with a couple of assists. He's tonight's 2nd star. And the 1st star with 2 goals and assists, Freddie Goodrow. Wasn't Kirill Kaprizov that got Edmonton tonight. The Rogers postgame show is heard following each of our NHL broadcasts. Edmonton returns to action Saturday night. Should be a beauty against a team that we've had some highly entertaining games against over the years. The New York Rangers. For my play-by-play partners this season, Cam Moon's got the call up tonight. Saturday's game. Jack Michaels, Rob Brown, Brent Griffiths, Brendan Escott, studio producers, Kellen Kennedy at the helm tonight, Angie Quinnell and Eamon Hashin, and our longtime engineer, Troy Bowler. Bob Stoffer saying so long from Rogers Place. The Wild, they got Edmonton's number. They win 5-3.